Hello, everyone, and welcome to another D&D One-Shot on the True Mouse Games YouTube channel. I am, of course, Alex, and I have, as always, the honor of being your Dungeon Master for the evening. We are, even though there are no dungeons and there will be no dragons, probably, in this adventure, we are playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th Edition, and this will be a third-level adventure. This adventure shouldn't be too long, but maybe about 2.5, 3 hours, but we will see, and I'll be trying out some exciting new monsters that I've never tried out before. But yeah, stick around and you'll find out if the party will be brutally slaughtered by them because I misjudged the challenging or not. We'll see. Anyway, so this adventure is called A Bitter Sting, and the adventure plays in the south of the realm of Orelon. The realm of Orelon is a kingdom that has been once very powerful, but about 10 years ago or so, the kingdom was heavily hit by a plague called the Red Death that killed about or nearly a quarter of the population, including most of the royal family, except for a single young prince who has now grown the last 10 years and is struggling to remain in power amongst all the machinations and the intrigues of the high nobles and the priests and the generals of the army and such. The people of Orelon have suffered in those last 10 years quite a bit because the realm, once so safe and secure, has become chaotic and unstable. A lot of marauding bands and monsters showing up from the wilderness now that the armies and the city guard is no longer as well equipped or as well as strong in number as they were 10 years ago before the Red Death. But all this is of no great concern to our player characters. They are in the very south of Orelon, very close to the Ocean of Storms. The south of Orelon, you can imagine it like the southern parts of Italy, so it's a very much a Mediterranean type of like foliage and temperature. It is a very, very warm spring day as we are jumping into the game. The player characters have traveled together for about 2 or 3 weeks. They have originally met when they were all working as mercenaries to protect a small village further inland from Gnoll raiders. They defeated the Gnolls. They leveled up to level 3 as they are now. And right now they are on their way to more civilized parts of Orelon again, following a winding road that follows the coast, pretty much sort of going northwest. And as I said, it is a very warm and sunny spring day. There's a bit of a breeze coming from the ocean, and they are walking through. They have a little bit of a hill range in between them and the ocean to their left, only a couple hundred yards really, and to their right are is scrubland with a little bit of forest here and there. There's villages every maybe 5 or 6 hours on this road, but they still chose to sleep in the wilderness to save a little bit of money. They have woken up recently, only about maybe an hour or two ago, and are on their way looking for basically the next village to maybe buy some supplies there, or just to continue on their way. And I will now give a little bit of an opportunity to the players to just present their characters to you and to each other real quick and tell you what they are playing, what their characters look like, and so on. And we'll be starting with Todor, who is playing Aaron, who is, I believe, a human, right? Aaron is human?
Simar.
Oh, Asimar, that's right. An Asimar nature cleric. So go ahead, Todor. Please describe your character to us.
All right. Hi, guys. Name's Ted, and I'll be playing Sir Aaron Greenhorn. This is a guy that when first met when he was coming out of the woods to meet the mercenary camp that he later on fought against the Gnolls and such. When he just emerged from the woods, people were looking at this strange man that was just carrying one wooden staff and one wooden makeshift shield, and all those weird plants were just weaving around him as if they were still alive, although they apparently had no roots and anything. So he just came up to the people and said, "Hi, my name is Sir Aaron Greenhorn, but you can call me Sir." So later on, it turned out with whoever became friends with him, that his mother named him Sir, like basically Sir is his first name, and he is somewhat born. Well, he was born in the woods, or at least he was conceived in the woods. And the mother doesn't recollect how that happened. She believes she was drunk, as a tavern wench. She quite often got drunk and ended up not knowing where she woke up. And yeah, after a month or so, after she woke up in the woods, not remembering the night before, she realized she's pregnant. She tried to get rid of the baby. None of the local witches or hags or wise women, however they call them in this kingdom, managed to get rid of the baby. So, at 9 months, it was born. It was a boy. She took care of him for 7 years, but then her nature took over and she disappeared as well. So he just wandered the nearby villages and woods and hamlets, discovering that there's some weird power in him. He could talk to plants and he could make friends with all the beasts there. But after a while, he grew up and he got tired of just talking to squirrels and vines, and started wondering who he was, who his father was. He remembered his mother, of course. He didn't want to look for her. He just got interested in who his father was. So, wandering around the woods, he met some forest gnomes, and they told him, "Well, you man, you need to go find some of your own kind." They assumed he's a human, so they told him where to look for them, and this is how he emerged from the woods. And currently, he now has a heavy armor, chainmail, that was given to him by the regiment that they fought the gnolls, but it's still woven in vines, and he has not let go of his wooden stuff.
All right, excellent. And that is Sir, or Aaron. So
Well,
next up is Thomas, who will be playing Argosh, our half-orc ranger of the party.
Greetings. I'm playing Argosh, as Alex told the half-orc ranger. Argosh had a simple life. He just, when someone asked him, he just was there. Maybe someone dropped into the wilderness. Maybe his tribe was killed. He doesn't really know what happened earlier. He just started in the woods and then tried to survive, and was usually enough for him. Then, strangely, a group of let's call we can't really call them rangers or mercenaries. It's more an watch watch group in the woods that 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 uh, hunts down evil creatures, orcs, or other things. And when they saw him, of course, the first thing they wanted to do was kill him, but neither was he very aggressive towards them nor really afraid. As I told you, just was there. So maybe this orc is not really evil. Stuff like that happens. So they actually kept him in their group, and they showed him how to fight and how to become an even better man of wildness. And it's later showed that this was a group serving Helm, and this is how his his let how do we call, yeah, his start of adventuring. It wasn't really adventuring. It was first of all just hunting those beasts and other evil creatures, and and even and he was fine with that. He actually, despite being a creature more of chaos, he likes being in a structure, but um, this watch group of Helm Lider leader was assaulted and all killed except him. He didn't really wanted to swear revenge or something. The only thing he wanted to do was find another group, join a structure, and um, kill evil creatures. So of course this was a good opportunity for him to kill some gnolls.
All right. So just give
Uh,
me a quick description of your
yes,
armor and arms and such. What are you wearing?
he
What are you
is
wielding?
compared to Ranger. He is quite heavily armed. He has a scale mail, an hand axe, a shield, and several javelins. He's
All right.
also tall, but not quite as sturdy looking as the usual half orc. So he's not such a bulky beast, but more like lean.
All right. Excellent. So we'll be moving over to Christoph, who is playing On Lao, a character, a battle master who has obviously come from a very far away and exotic land and somehow reached the realm of Orelon. Go ahead, Christoph. We can't hear you if you're talking. Yeah, we can't hear you.
What about now?
Yeah, perfect. Now it works.
I play Olao is a kind of samurai figure. So he was raised up in a small village when he learned the trades from his dad, and he need to go on a pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage.
Yeah, pilgrimage to prove his worth, and he traveled far away, and now he ended up here. And he is
Excellent.
a guy. He's a guy people like to talk with him, and
Okay.
he's very smart. Yeah.
And he's a fighter battle master human, right?
Yeah, fighter battle master human.
Excellent.
Yeah, and he's a man of all trades. He can a lot of stuff. So yeah.
All right. Okay, and that's on Lao. And last but not least, we have Daniel, who is playing an elven oracle wizard. Go ahead, Daniel, and introduce your character.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Daniel and I'm playing Lerguldir, who is a high elf wizard diviner. He's spent like about several decades in a sort of wizard college studying wizardry and fine arts and elven poetry and whatnot. He is quite sort of stereotypical slightly arrogant elf, believing elves are superior to everyone, and that magic is also the superior way of doing things. And somehow he has ended up with this party, but he just sort of. It appears that he sort of dreads it a little bit, but he seems to have his own reasons for being here, which he doesn't really like to talk about if asked. He's wearing sort of flowy, silky golden, not golden, green robes with golden sort of embroidery, which is like obviously like elven sort of looking. Got a little backpack with his stuff on his back. Silver hair that's quite long and sort of slicked back and tied into a ponytail for comfortable traveling. And it's got green eyes with a little bit of gold fleck to them. And it's also got a little sort of familiar. It's a raven called Mordecai. Most of the time sits on his shoulder. If he's not busy flying around looking for snacks. And the Mordecai is quite sort of inquisitive bird, and he likes to look around for food whenever possible. And
right.
yeah.
Excellent, and that's Lair Guldir. So that is our esteemed party for the evening. And as I said, it is a bright and sunny morning, very close to the coast, and the characters are following a road that leads them or follows the coast going northwest, basically. It is about maybe 9 o'clock in the morning or so, and it is the blue sky above you. There is a little bit of wind coming from the ocean, quite nice and cool, in fact. Perfect traveling weather. And the morning so far has been very peaceful. You have not seen anyone. Except for the road, there's no other signs of civilization, or there was none until a moment ago. And yeah, you follow the road along, and you can see that you seem to be approaching a village. You can see along the road there's a few fields, agricultural fields, that people have been keeping here. You see a small hut that seems to be like a woodsman hut or something, hidden between the trees to your right, but no one seems to be at home there. And yeah, as you are slowly the road is slowly curling around the hill, and to your left, on the coast itself, on the very beach, basically, you can see now, maybe about 500-600 yards away from you, a small village. There's only about maybe 30 or so houses there, so the village is fairly small. You can see a few boats on the water, and you can see in the middle of the village there seems to be some sort of large statue, which seems a little bit weird for what looks to be a normal, like poor, maybe even a poor fishing village. The second thing that strikes your eye is, for a moment you think there's a creature sitting on what looks to be a small reef that is only about maybe 200 or 300 yards out in the sea, like a small tiny island of rock piercing out of the ocean. And for a moment you think, oh shit, is that a dragon? But then you realize, no, I guess it is a dragon, but it is a dragon carved of stone. Someone or something has actually carved a dragon statue out of stone and placed it on a small island facing the village, about 200 or 300 yards in the water. And as you're standing there looking around, you can all of a sudden hear shouting and screaming coming from your left, from amongst the hills. You turn and you can see a group of about 7 or 8 men running into your direction. They don't seem aggressive. In fact, they look quite panicky. They're gazing over their shoulder real quickly, and they're not armed except for one single guy who clutches a spear, but he doesn't seem eager to use it. They seem to be running from something, and they're just shouting, "No, run! He's catching up! Shit! Just run!" And they keep running towards you, basically. Down the road, and you can now see there's a massive guy chasing them. A man with blonde short hair, dressed in scale mail armor, wielding a massive greatsword, who's just running after them, swinging the greatsword around wildly through the air and just shouting wordlessly, "Ah! Ah! Ah! Ah!" And yeah, he seems to be chasing this group of men who seem local villagers, from what you'd say. What do you want to do? The group is only about maybe 50 or so meters away from you. The guy is about maybe another 30, 40 meters behind them. So they'll be there soon.
I sigh and softly say, humans.
Yeah, they are all humans, from what you can see. And all men.
Okay, so Sir's voice just booms loudly as he uses his cantrip to ensure that everyone can hear them, and just quickly says, "Stop, you fools! Defend yourselves! Don't run!"
Okay.
Or something in this.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check.
My favorite check.
With disadvantage, because they are super panicky.
Even better.
Excellent, yes.
12!
Okay, they mostly ignore you, and now they have just now realized that there's actually someone in their way, and the first guy, the one with the spear, who's running the fastest, is just, "Run! Run! He's gonna kill us all! He's gone crazy! Run!" And just sort of start shouting in your direction. What does the rest of you do?
Did you say it or he?
He.
Oh, okay.
So, what do Argosh and Onlao? What do you wish to do?
I draw my shield and one of my javelins.
All right.
I draw my 200 sword.
Okay, you draw your massive curved blade from your back, getting ready, and the guys are now like some of them run left, some of them run right, so they run past you on both sides. And the one with the spear stops for a moment and says, "No, don't hurt him. He's one of us. I don't know what's going on. He's gone crazy." And the guy's just running at you now because you're standing in his way, and just like still slashing the air wildly. And you can see there's this crazy look in his face. His eyes are wide open, and his tongue is sort of hanging out of his mouth a little bit. Oh, anyway, so we are now in initiative. Lair Guldir, you're up first.
Right.
The
Well,
guy's only about 50 feet or so away from you at the moment.
okay. Well, Lerguldir doesn't really care about keeping this guy alive, so he will Ray of Frost him
Alright.
and try to freeze his ankles off a little bit.
You point downwards at his feet and shoot a ray of frost as you mutter an incantation in Elvish, in ancient Elvish. Roll attack.
Cool.
Oh, you can, by the way, guys, you can use roll 20 dice, or you can use your own physical dice at home. I don't mind either way. At 22, that is very much a hit. The guy is not... He's running, but your aim is perfect. You hit him in the leg. Roll damage.
Alright. So, 2 damage, and his speed is reduced by 10
Excellent.
for this round.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't seem to notice the damage itself, but there's ice crystals now forming on around his leg, and he's slowing down noticeably. Anything else you'd like to do?
I want to start like calmly backing away a little bit.
Yeah, you move to the back of the group, sort of.
Like sigh again, like come on.
Okay.
Yeah. Human problems.
Yes. Mordecai just goes and flies up. Argosh, it is your turn.
Okay. I actually also don't care about if he stays alive or not because he's attacking us, so I throw a javelin.
Okay. Javelin flies through the air. What's the range on the javelin? I believe 30 feet is a short range. Actually, even less, probably, so you have disadvantage on the attack. He's too far away. It's long-ranged attack.
Wait a minute.
Let me just check this real quick.
1320.
Javelin has... Yeah, he's 50 feet away. So it would be beyond normal range. So you can move up if you want. You can move 20 feet towards him. Then you would be in normal range. That's your choice.
Okay, then I will do that.
Okay, so you run up, and while running at him, you fling your javelin. Roll attack.
Attack.
A 6. No, the javelin flies past him, hits the ground behind him, and just stuck in the ground. That was Argos's turn, unless you have a bonus action. You would like to do something with a bonus action?
Bonus action, yes. I draw my axe.
That's not a bonus action, but you can do that, yeah. So you fling it, you see you miss, and you rip out your hand axe. That is your turn. Onlao, you're up next. The guy is still about 50 feet away from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna, because the people say we don't need to hurt him, I'm gonna put my sword back, and I'm gonna walk forward and make ready to tackle him when he comes.
Okay, so how far do you want to move forward? The full 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so you move forward until you're only about 20 feet away from him. I mean, you can move even closer if you want. You have a dash action.
Can I save my action to grapple him when he gets close?
Oh yeah, sure. You can prepare an action, so you're just crouched out waiting for him to get close enough for you to tackle him. Excellent. Yeah. And sir, you're up.
Yeah, forgetting about the muting thing. All right, sir looks at the others and just shouts out, "Idiots! and well, the two that already hurt him and are still with him. So he
Well,
also
only one hurt him. The javelin missed.
well,
Maybe
he
it was a
tried.
maybe it was a warning shot. Who knows?
I know him. We travel together.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I also move next to On Lao, bracing
Okay, so
my shield,
yeah.
and I would like to use my bonus action to make my stuff become magical. Just
Oh, like shillelagh as a
whatever
bluish
that's
aura.
pronounced. Yeah.
Yes, shillelagh.
And can I, as an action, try to? Well, basically, I'm not doing anything. I want to examine the person as best as I can
Certainly.
for 6
Certainly.
seconds, and
That would be a yes. Certainly. Give me a perception check. As he's running towards you, you have a now you're only 20 feet away from him. Now, I mean, he's more stumbling now due to the frost ray that hit him. But yeah, give me a perception check.
all right, that will be 19.
Okay, so you see that there's something definitely wrong with this guy. His eyes are wide, they're bloodshot. His skin seems to have a red tinge that doesn't seem quite natural, and his tongue is sort of coming out of his mouth sideways. And you'd say he's probably under the effect of some sort of drug or poison or magic or something. There's definitely something wrong with him. He's not in his right mind at the moment.
With my passive medicine of 15, can I tell which one of those, or just I know it's either or?
Well, it doesn't seem like magic. You don't see any signs of magic, so it's probably not magic, but you're not 100% sure.
Cool.
Okay, and that was your turn. Now the guy is running at you now. On Lao and Sir Aaron, you're standing right in his way, only 20 feet away from him. Even though he's stumbling forward, he managed to reach you, and he will just swing his greatsword, and he will be swinging at. Let's see. He will be swinging at On Lao. You're the larger person, so he seems to perceive you as more of a threat, I guess. So he swings down his greatsword with full force. That will be a 13. So you manage to duck out of the way as the greatsword swishes past, and you can now immediately take your action because you readied an action. And that is a tackle, I presume?
Yeah, +5.
+5, so 23 on the athletics check. The guy is pretty strong, but you're also strong, and you have technique as well. You jump, you grab his arms, and you sort of lift him over your shoulder, throw him nearly to the ground. He manages to sort of land, stumble, but you have him now. You're holding him by the arm, like one arm sort of like this, and he's just shouts out as you twist one of his arms, and you're grappling him, basically. That was the first combat turn. Lair Guldir, you're up again. The guy's now about 30 feet away from you.
Okay. So would I, as a resident nerd of the party, would I know anything about what's going on with this guy, like at a glance?
Well, I mean, he clearly seems crazy in some way, but you'd have to inspect him more closely to.
Right.
Yeah. By the way, for those of you who have Arcana, which basically are mostly, I guess, Sir Aaron and Lair Guldir, you can roll Arcana in my D&D games as a sixth sense perception, basically. So a perception check against magical stuff.
Right.
Just so you know.
Okay. Would that be an action to do that?
Yes, that would be an action. Yeah.
Okay. Well, seeing as he's tackled and like getting his arm twisted and whatnot, I would like to do that.
Okay. So you reach out with your magical senses and try to sense if there's some sort of magic around this person. Give me a Arcana check.
Yep. My Arcana is 5. Okay, so. Nope.
So hard to concentrate with a natural 1, with all this guy screaming and the other people are fighting. You're like, so hard. These humans so loud. And yeah.
And also our ASMR of his like booming thaumaturgy voice in my ears. I'm just like, idiot. You can't concentrate with these guys. Yeah, and I do nothing else, I guess.
Okay, Argosh, it's your turn.
Okay, I will run towards.
Yeah, he's only about Yeah, he's only about 10 feet away from you, so you can easily jump there
Oh,
without
okay.
within a second or two.
I will holster my axe and cry, "Fools! Watch out! He may be possessed!" And
Okay.
run towards him.
Okay, so you can move in. You still have an action if you want to use it.
Did he still have his weapon?
Yes, he's holding it with one hand, the great sword in one hand. One hand
I
arm is twisted.
will, again, my axe is holstered. I will try to smash the sword with my shield away.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Yes. Moment.
You're running out in and smashing the edge of your shield against his arm, basically, trying to just numb his arm enough so that the sword drops to the ground.
Strange is... No.
Oh dear.
Sorry. Oh, another natural one. All right. So you try to jump, but you stumble as you run, and you whiff past, and you nearly impale yourself on the greatsword that he's sort of swinging around, and yeah, you jump backwards in the very last moment.
Obviously,
nearly
he's
cutting.
possessed.
Yeah,
We're
he
doing
has
great.
demonic powers. Demonic powers are getting the hang of the better of you at the moment. That was Argosh. On Lao, you're up. You're holding the guy now. One arm, basically, twisted. He doesn't seem to feel much pain, though, or at least he doesn't show much sign of pain.
I'll try to talk him down.
To talk him down or to toss him? What did you say?
Talk.
Okay. So
Try
what do
to.
you say?
I will say, be peaceful or you get hurt.
Okay. Give me intimidation check, I guess. That would be intimidation, as you're holding one of his arms, like, calm down. Yeah, he completely ignores you. You're not even sure if he understood what you said. He's just like, you're not sure if you can even talk to him in at this very moment.
Okay.
And you just keep holding him. All right, Sir Aaron, your turn.
So he's seeing that he's grappled already. I will toss my wonderful stuff aside, and I'll go on to him. I'm basically next to him, so I'll just reach out my hand and try and touch his forehead or shoulder or wherever I can touch.
Okay.
And just say that may whatever illness is into you just go away, and that's me casting Lesser Restoration.
All right. Interesting. As you grab his shoulder, your magical energy whooshes into him, and he's like, and then falls over unconscious as Onlao sort of catches him, and he drops his sword to the ground, and she's just now hanging there, is unconscious.
And to finish my turn, I'll grab my stuff again, and I'll once again bonus action Shillelagh just in case. Turn around to the elf.
Shillelagh is, I believe,
bonus action.
Yeah, but it is lasts longer. It doesn't. You don't need to cast it every turn.
I think I lose it when I just because I drop my stuff on the ground.
Oh, that's right. That's true. I think so. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The fight is over. The guy's unconscious, so you're no longer in combat.
So I turn around.
Holding him.
May I just turn around and say something?
Sure.
So, elf, do you have that kind of magic?
That is not my specialization.
It's good that we have various specialists here in the party, and how do you say this with your knuckles when you just make them do this sound like
crack your knuckles?
I'm cracking my knuckles. Yeah. I'm very happy, proud of myself. That's it.
All right. So what now? The rest of the people have been running away. I have stopped about 100 meters further, watching as this whole. I mean, it's only lasted about 10-15 seconds. The whole short brawl basically, and they now are slowly starting to come back. Yeah, sure.
Meanwhile, I just check his pulse and try to open his eyes if there's any signs of possession left.
His pulse is very fast, very, very fast, but he's not moving. And if you open his eyes, you can just see his eyeballs are sort of rolled back in his head. You can barely see you can mostly see white, basically. Give me a perception check, by the way, as you are checking on him. Seriously?
What is going on?
Another natural one. Okay, yeah, sure. So as I said, his pulse is fast, and you're not sure what's going on. He might be possessed, for all you know. You don't see any demon signs, but demons are sneaky.
Let's interrogate the people. Maybe they know more.
The people now, there's 7 or 8 of them, are coming in, and one of them, an older man, says, "What did you do to him? Is he dead? Did you kill Marion?"
Now move out of the way, or better yet, run to the village and bring me some hot water and towels as clean as you can get them.
Are you a doctor or something?
Ooh, you know that word. That must be quite a village there. Yeah, now run!
Gives you a look and then says, he looks to the others and one of them says, "You stay here. I'll go get him. I'll run faster. You're not the youngest anymore." And the old man just nods, and one of the younger guys, sort of mid-20s, maybe brown hair, starts running towards the village. They're all fairly tan, so they're definitely people who spend a lot of time outside. And you can see their arms and are fairly rough. Maybe fishermen or something that have a lot to do with like cold, hot water and like the sea and such, salt water and so on. One of the guys now, the only one who's wearing some sort of leather armor and clutching a spear, the one who's been running the fastest, approaches and says, I'm very sorry. Uh, you took him. You didn't hurt him, did you? Not
Well,
too
I
badly, I
didn't.
hope. Well, he's still alive, right? He's a friend. I wouldn't. I'm not sure what's happening, but he sort of leans over and checks his pulse and says, "Oh, well, he seems all right then. I don't know who you are, but my thanks. My name's Walter. I'm a member of the village militia. He points at the unconscious guy that's now lying on the ground. His name is Marian. He's our captain of the militia."
Is that a male's name?
Well, yes.
All right, cool. Well, I'm glad that you are representing the law, I guess. I'm really new at those habits of civilized folk, but anyways, I think it will be most appropriate then if you bind his hands together before we are quite certain of what had happened to him.
Right. That's probably for the best. He kneels down, takes the unconscious man's belt, takes it out, and like ties his hands sort of behind his back with the belt.
I will carry him.
Are we carrying him back to the village?
I don't know. Well, would agree, my friend. How about you and I examine this person first as he's laying here before he regains his consciousness? How about you check for any vile magic while I
Magic? You
check for
think this
something
could be
else?
magic?
Everything could be magic, young boy.
All right. The other villagers are just sort of standing back and staring at you. Slightly
Maybe
nervous.
you're telling us what happened. Why did he stop just running towards you and attacked you? Was he possessed? Was there any demons you waked up?
I'm not sure. We found him a couple of minutes ago on the beach. He was lying in the sand. I'm not sure what happened. And then when we approached and shook him awake, he jumped up, he grabbed his sword, and he started shouting at us. And I mean, we ran away. He's a far better fighter than any of us, and I'm the only one really armed, and I don't stand a chance against Marion. So yeah, that's all I know. really. He hasn't been like that last night. I mean, I've seen him yesterday evening. He seemed alright.
I will take the sword and give it to him. Lock this away, far away from him.
All right. He takes the greatsword, and one of the other men, a fisherman, speaks out and says, maybe that has something to do with that ship. What do you think, Walter?
What ship?
Do you think the militia guy looks around and says, "That's a good point, Oliver. A good point. That could be. He looks over to you and says, "There's a ship, a couple of 100 yards out in the water. It arrived late in the afternoon yesterday. We heard some shouting and what sounded like screams. We couldn't be sure. And it's still there. I don't know if there's something going on that ship. Pretty big ship, big sailing ship. You can see it from the village. It's not far. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I bet that there was some evil magic on that ship," says one of the other guys, "and befell poor Marion when he was doing his patrols in the morning along the beach." Huh. The others are all doing some sort of protective symbols, so and slowly starting to shake. And one of them says, "No, evil magic? No, there's not. That sort of stuff doesn't happen here."
While they're having this conversation, could I walk up to Marion and reach out into the magical weave and sort of take my time inspecting him this time?
Sure. Give me another Arcana check with advantage this time, because you can take your 5 minutes or so and be very thorough, or more thorough anyway. All right, that's
so 22.
Okay, you do not feel any magic on him. Whatever made him weird was not magical in nature.
Mm-hmm. It does not have magical influence. What's happened to this human?
As you say that, all the people, like all the fishermen and Walter, they all relax visibly. Like, oh, not magic? Or maybe it was just the sun. Maybe he just had a little bit too much sun, right? Or maybe he ate something bad. And people are just starting to discuss what could have happened.
While I laugh at them having absolutely no manners growing in the woods, I turn to Lerguir. Sorry, how's that pronounced? Lerguldir. All right. Mm-hmm. And I say, well, since there is no magic and these people are still bringing this hot water, I don't know how long it takes to just boil up a basket, but yeah, let's check him for. Well, what I'm looking for here is any recent wounds or bite marks. Right. So I will check one side and you check the other.
Okay. But you can give me an investigation check with advantage because you're help. Like whoever wants to roll, whoever has the better investigation.
Can I use medicine instead?
You can use medicine instead. Yes.
Thank you. That's gonna be 23.
Okay. You do find something weird. He's wearing a scale mail armor, but his arms, like the lower part of his arms, are not armored particularly well. And as you draw back his sleeve on the right hand, you can see there's what looks to be 3 wounds on his arm muscle here. They look like piercing wounds. It's not particularly large, but the flesh itself is swollen, as if he was stung or bitten by something or someone, I guess.
I see. Does that bite look like something to you? And I point the button of biting marks to Lergudir.
I don't know. Does it?
Do you have nature proficiency, or does anyone have nature proficiency in the group?
I don't.
I do.
So whoever has nature proficiency can give me a roll on nature.
Standard roll?
Yeah, just a basic roll.
6?
Nope, no idea. Could be anything.
I'm an elf though, and I'm connected with nature, so maybe I could try without proficiency.
Nope.
Nope. All right.
That's weird, guys. I've been in the woods for all my life, and haven't seen anything like this. So we
Yeah, I mean,
better be on our toes here. Something weird's happening.
now
Where
you
is
can
this
see
water? I use
you.
my
c-
thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
Boom my voice.
Okay, as your voice booms out, you can actually see three men coming your way. One of them is a muscular man who's also dressed in leather armor and is wielding a warhammer. One of them is the young guy who ran away. He's carrying two buckets of water that are slightly steaming and some like towels over his shoulder. And the third guy is an older man walking with a stick. He's bearded, sort of long gray hair, and it's dressed slightly better than the rest. So you hear this might be like maybe the mayor or some sort of representative of the village. As they're closing in. The young guy just gives you a nod and says, here, mister, that's the hot water and the towels and such you wanted. And I bought some bandages and so on as well. And he's just putting everything on the ground in front of him.
Thank you. Now step away.
And the guy with the blonde guy with the warhammer comes closer and says, "What's going on here?" And the other militia member, he also seems to be a member of the militia, the guy with the warhammer, steps in and says, "Ambrose, let me tell you what happened." He takes him away a little bit, and the older man steps closer and says, "I've already heard the tale from Dustian here. My name is Korik. I'm the mayor of Drake Beach, the village down there." He points with one gnarled finger in the direction of the village. I am grateful for your assistance with our poor Captain Marian here. Um, Forgive me, but have you been? Did you wish to visit Drake Beach, or are you just traveling along?
I'm gonna bow, kind of bow and stretch out my hand because I don't know what to do to him because I'm foreign.
Okay, yeah,
And I'm gonna
heads.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say hello. We're trying to find a little bit more bigger cities to visit and get some jobs, but
Yes.
kind
The next largest town, the next largest city is Blackport. It's about a good 2 days journey from here. Just keep following that road. So you were just traveling along the road. Well, that was a happy coincidence, I guess, for us that you were around to help. Who knows what would have happened? Marian might have killed someone or injured someone badly with that big sword of his. He's our best fighter. Do you know what happened to him? I've heard that there might be some evil magic involved or something. And one of the younger guys says, "No, there's no magic, Mr. Mayor. No magic. You don't have to worry about that. We already cleared that. There's no magic." The mayor gives him a look and says, I see. No magic then? Well, that's good. So what happened to him then? And he sort of looks at you.
Does anyone care to explain while I'm busy, like stitching this hand?
He seems to be bitten by something.
Oh,
We are not sure.
what? Bitten? So by some sort of poisonous animal, you say? Something like that, yes?
Maybe bugs, maybe something. I don't know. Ask him.
Well, he seems to be quite out of it. He sort of leans forward a little bit and sort of pats him on the cheek a little bit. No reaction, though. We should probably carry him down to the village, put him in a bed. Maybe tie him down and just to make sure.
Do you have a medicine man or a wise woman in the village?
Not really. I mean, I know a little bit about healing and such, but I wouldn't call myself a doctor.
Alright then. Well, this is the disgusting ooze I could take out of the wound. So in the meantime, I would have used one little knife just to dig a little bit in the wound and see if there's blood coming out or there's something else.
There is a blood coming out, but there's also something else, something like small chunks of what seems to be some sort of liquid that has become nearly solid inside his flesh. It's like this brownish red color. It has a color that's a little bit like blood, but then again not.
Mm-hmm. Proficiency in medicine or check to know what to do to make him last longer?
He's not dying as such, you would say. He's just sleeping. So you must have neutralized, your spell must have neutralized the effects of whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems that the strain on his body was so strong for these couple minutes that he was crazy that he was just shut down. So you think probably just a couple hours or maybe a day of good sleep might just help him, make him well enough.
All right, but then I want to sound pompous and very important, so I do my best to stitch up the wound and tell the guy, well, in this case, I will take care of this guy and I'll tell you what to do with him. So bring him over to a bed and boil water and make sure that's the only thing he drinks until I come back.
All
We
right.
have to hunt this animal and find out what the actual infliction is.
All right then. We'll do whatever you think. You're willing to help us to find this snake or whatever it is that bit him? We only have three with him out cold. We only have 3 other members of the militia in the village.
Of course. Now talk to my friend the elf here for the payment.
Payment. But yes, of course.
No, we do it free. I do it free.
He turns. Sorry.
I say I gonna do it free for you.
Oh, that is very generous of you, my friend. We thank you. The least we can do is give you a decent bed and some nice food for a day or two while you're staying at the village.
Where did you say where he's sleeping?
There.
Was he sleeping?
Sleeping? Well, in his home, I guess.
He was sleeping and then suddenly he went crazy and attacked.
One of the militia members, Walter, pipes up from behind. Yeah, we found him on the beach. He was on the ground. I'm not sure if he was sleeping or something. And then when we approached, he jumped up and attacked us.
Where?
I can lead you down there. It's just beyond that hill, down on the beach.
Okay, show me.
Of course. Is that all right, Mr. Mayor? But by all means, sure. We'll take poor Marion in, and we'll wash his wounds. And yeah, as the man says, he points at Sir Aaron.
Okay, but first, sorry, I just pick up my javelin and throw, and then I go with him.
All right.
At the start of this whole thing, when the guards walked off, could I send my raven near them as if it's like eating something on the ground and use my familiar senses to figure out what they were talking about?
Yeah, they're nothing suspicious. He was just basically reiterating what happened in the morning, and he also said that these weird strangers showed up out of nowhere and they must have some sort of magic on them, basically, because that's all. He seems a little suspicious, but like of you. He seems a little suspicious of you, but that's all you can. Your raven will be able to hear, basically.
Okay, and once was it Argus that told them to refer to me for payment, or?
Yeah. No, Sir Aaron.
Sir Aaron.
The mayor. So the mayor is turning to you now. Yeah, the mayor is turning to you now and says, "Forgive me, Master Elf. Your companion here said we are to discuss payment for your services to the village. We are not a rich village, but I am prepared to offer 50 gold as a reward and some supplies and a decent beds for a night or two."
I'm gonna calmly say, "The name is Lerguldir," and then I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go into this long rant why he should pay us more. So I'm gonna say Well, you see, with the circumstances of this and the bite that is going on and the possibility of it affecting us, and the investigation costs and the time costs and our considering our skill set, so I'm like gonna like bullshit him for like a minute or something.
Okay.
And then at the end, I'm like, at the end that totals up to like 100 gold or
Okay,
something like that.
give me a persuasion check, and he's just staring at you and just giving a few nods here and there.
All right. Persuasion, that's a 0, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm trying to like put down some good arguments of why he should pay us more, basically.
He says, I'm terribly sorry, but you are right. We should be paying you more, but we cannot really afford to, I'm afraid. We are a simple village. We do not have much money. 50 gold is all we can really afford, I am afraid. We obviously understand if that is not good enough for you, and we'll just have, I guess, to investigate ourselves if you are unwilling to help us.
I'm gonna sigh and say, well, these guys appear to want to help you, so I guess we shall do it and hope that there is more to it than your 50 gold.
Yes, well, we are very, very thankful, Master Lerguldir.
Lerguldir.
Lerguldir, forgive me, my friend. I am my ears, they are not as sharp as they once were. But let us take poor Marian back to the village, and he sort of gives commands to the other villages, and the 4 of them lift the captain very slowly and start slowly carrying him towards the village. While this is happening, Argosh, you're following Walter, one of the militia, the one with the spear, a brown-bearded, brown-haired man in his sort of maybe early 30s or so, late 20s, early 30s, down towards the ocean. Is anyone else going with them, or just the 2 of them?
I'd probably follow at this point.
All right.
I think I go into the city to calm down the people.
All right. Okay. So you follow. You go with the captain.
Yeah. So don't do any crazy.
Okay. And what about Sir Aaron?
I'd follow towards where the issue was. My curiosity is overcoming because, if there's something that's poisonous, I want to have it. I want to have that poison.
Okay, so you're walking towards the coast as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 3 of you are following Walter down, and he leads you to a small beach, only about maybe 60, 70 feet long or so. A sand beach, quite the nice little beach on a small bay, and you can see there's 2 small fishing boats, like wooden small boats that can carry maybe 4 or 5 people, standing on the beach. And there's a little bit of like and such pieces of wood scattering around. Yeah, and that's it. You can also see now in the distance both the dragon statue, a bit better, that you saw in the distance already from up the hill, on the hill, and also a ship about maybe 300, 400 meters away from you. A brown ship with gray sails, but the sails are mostly down. There is some sort of name, you think, on the ship, but you can't make it out. It's too far. It's like there's these black letters on the hull, but you cannot make out the name. The ship seems, as far as you can see, quiet, and there doesn't seem to be any movement there. And the man, Walter, just says, I think we found him there. And he points at the edge of the beach, at the very edge of the beach, about maybe 20 feet away from the water itself. And there's a couple rocks and like a couple bushes there, basically.
Okay, and this is the ship you were talking about.
Yeah, the ship that showed up about, I don't know, about 5 or 6 in the afternoon, just before sundown last night. There's a lot of ships coming past here. It's nothing unusual. We see a ship every 2 or 3 days, really. But that one hasn't moved. since then, I don't think. So, and we heard some shouting coming from it last evening, and some screams. I think I heard screams. I'm not sure. I mean, it's not really our business to mess with. But if that ship doesn't move, I guess we'll have to send a boat to investigate. Eventually.
Probably. But first, let's look. I go over there and can I make an investigation check?
That will be a survival check if you're looking for tracks.
Okay.
That will be a survival check.
Argos, may your eyes see better.
Yes.
That's guidance.
Okay, guidance does what?
1d4 to an ability check.
Okay, so 15 plus 1d4.
Let's
Just roll another d4.
1d4.
Yep, so 17. Okay, so from the looks of it, you can see where a body has been lying on the ground, and you can see footprints everywhere. It looks like the man, this Marion, this captain, he seems to have approached the bushes and then sort of returned back from there and collapsed. You take a look at the bushes. Now, they're not very big, but there doesn't seem to be anything there.
Any thorns, particular large?
No, it is not. It's not a thorn bush. It's just like a bush with leaves.
Okay.
It's not very large. The bush is only about maybe a meter high or so, and a meter and a half wide. So it's not like a massive bush. There's like 3 or 4 bushes. Walking around, you can see there's about 3 or 4 more bushes. You don't see any tracks amongst the bushes, though.
No tracks here.
Not that you can see.
Yeah. Maybe a snake? Snakes don't make any tracks, I think. Any particular...
Not any anyway. There's sand on the beach, though. Yeah, so there's sand on the beach. Snake tracks would be hard to find, but I mean, snakes leave tracks. You know what snake tracks look like. But yeah, they are hard to find. But you don't see any tracks other than like human tracks here.
Okay. I think whatever bit or stung him is, I don't know, nothing particular here. Beside the bushes, when do the hills start?
About maybe 20 or 30 meters from here is where the hill starts and goes up. That's where the hill he was chasing them up, basically.
Okay.
You can see footprint going up the hill. The hill is a little muddy. There's been a little bit of rain 2 days ago, so there's still a little bit of mud on the hill, and you can see the footprints of the men and the guy chasing them behind, like going up the hill.
Then, how far is the sea?
From where you're standing?
From this.
About not far, maybe about 8-10 meters.
I look for
25, 30 feet.
Across the sea, maybe there is something with legs that crawl ashore and bit this person.
You don't find any prints. You don't find any prints. I mean, you find a few prints, but they don't go out of the water. They're just footprints from the captain itself, who seems to have been walking up and down the beach a couple of times. Maybe some sort of patrol or something. But yeah, you don't find any other footprints than that. His are the only footprints.
Nothing here either. Damn it.
How far away is this boat in relation to us?
About 350, 400 meters.
Okay. Perhaps we should investigate this boat that didn't leave.
And how do you suggest that, smart guy? Grow up a pair of wings, or?
Well, you.
Indeed, and I point to my raven that flies up.
They have fisher boats.
You can use one of the fishing boats if you want. It's not a problem. I'll get the oars if you need any.
But
We
we
won't
should
need
go
any.
together, I think, if we go.
Wait a second. What do you mean, this crow of yours? What foul magic does it do? Lergudir.
Well, it can scout further ahead and perceive dangers, as you should know by now.
Well, I've seen you talking to a raven, and I thought it was just natural that everyone does that. At least I do. Well then I'll sit here and wait for your scouting.
So, we might need to move a bit further ahead, but we don't have to actually board the ship without knowing what lies directly ahead.
Yeah, you're familiar. You can see through its eyes, but only if it's within 100 feet of you. So the ship
Yeah.
is at least about about 1,000 feet away from you at the moment. So yeah, it couldn't. I mean, you could send it over, but you can't communicate with it while it's there.
Yeah, I just thought it was like further off on the shore for some reason. All right, I guess we can get a boat and like move a bit closer and then have it inspected. Like
Yeah,
from the top.
on Lao is not with you, by the way.
God damn it!
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
hate being waterborne.
Anyway, on Lao, going over to you, you follow the villagers into the village, and you can see there's, as I said, about 30 or so houses here. So you figure that village can't have more than maybe, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 people or so. And you can see, strangely enough, even though the houses themselves don't look particularly special, they're just like normal houses. They're not terribly poor, but they're by no means rich. You do see, however, in the middle of the village stands a statue of a man holding a staff in one hand and an open book in the other hand. And that statue is done extremely well. It looks nearly lifelike, even though it's about 3 times the size of a man. And it looks terribly out of place in this whole thing.
Oh. I'm gonna ask some villager about all the statues because it
Yeah.
looks like so real.
The mayor says, well, yes, those are made by Servion, one of our most gifted, one of the most gifted children of this village, I guess. You have heard of Servion, certainly, have you not?
Nope.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess you are from far away, right?
Yeah.
From your... He's in the capital now. I believe he's working for the king. He's a great artist. He was born here in the village about 50 years ago. We grew up together. That was one of his last projects before he left the village about 30 years ago. He still uses to visit every couple of years. He's a very rich man now, very famous. It's an honor to have his handiwork here. We even get tourists every now and then.
So he also made the big dragons.
Oh yes, the drake. Yes. We even changed the name of the village in his honor. Before that, it was called Grey Beach. Now we call it Drake Beach because of the statue. As you can see, it is not the size of a real dragon, I guess, but big enough and very, very, very artistic. It took him months to finish it.
And this guy, who's that?
I'm sorry.
This guy, who's is that meant to be?
The statue, I don't think he's anyone in particular. Servion just wanted to create a statue of a wizard in the village. So he did. We didn't stop him. He's a very gifted. He always was.
Alright, cool.
Anyway, so you're led to one of the houses, what seems to be Captain Marion's house, and they lay him into one of the beds. They tie him to the bed, but he doesn't wake up with like leather straps, and then sort of put like cold compression on his arm and just on his face and such. And yeah, the mayor just sits down next to his bed and says, "I'll stay with him, and I'll talk to the villagers. And you think everything's all right? I'll let everyone know. In fact, he looks to the guy with the warhammer and says, Ambrose, would you please let everyone know that no one is to leave the village for the next couple hours at least? We might have some sort of poisonous snake or some other creature slithering around. We do not want any other more accidents. Yes, please let do so." And the other guys, of course, Mayor, Maoric, of course, I'll do it, and walks off. And the mayor turns to you and says, "We are very thankful for your assistance. Can I offer you anything? We have beer and some food, if you wish."
I like some tea if you have some.
Tea. I have to look. I might have a few leaves left. Tea is not something we can get here too easily, but I'll have a look. And he stands up and disappears into the kitchen, and you can hear him pottering around, basically.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. If some village is look like upset, I try to calm them down and just wait in on my party.
Okay, so you're talking. Give me a general persuasion check as you're just talking to a couple of villagers, basically reinforcing what the Ambrose, the militia member, says. And yeah, the villagers seem to be very thankful for your presence. Such a strong, tough-looking guy who says that he will protect them, basically, if anything, like tries to attack them. And they seem very thankful, and like people pound you on the shoulder and basically say, yeah, if you ever if you need some food or anything or a beer, just come by my place and we'll drink and eat. And they seem very friendly towards you and very thankful that you're here to protect them, to help them out, basically.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so jumping back to the beach.
Well,
We should
The beach and the village. The beach and the village, by the way, are only about maybe 100 meters from each other or so. You can see the village from here. It's not super far.
Yeah, but is he gonna come back or is he gonna do something? This is a weird guy, so Argosh, how about you go and fetch him?
Okay, fine.
So you walk to the village.
In the meantime, I will mumble some things. I'm doing a ritual spell that would take me like 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's about the time he'll take him to get back anyway. So he walks to the village and then looks around, asks for people, finds Onlao and basically tells him that he is needed at the beach, I guess. And you all walk back. What are you casting as a ritual?
Speak with animals.
All right.
I'm looking for a little crab or something. Any little thing.
Give me a perception check.
All right.
While they're fetching everyone as well, I would also like to cast the ritual spell, like after this.
Sure. Which one are you casting?
Detect magic.
All right. A 10. Sadly, there doesn't seem to be any larger creatures nearby. I mean, large enough for you to communicate with them. There's a few like snails and such, but nothing that would be intelligent enough to have even a basic conversation.
I find this suspicious.
There's a few gulls. There's a few seagulls around. In fact, let me change the music real quick because you're now on the beach. Oh, I don't have that music. Yeah, keep going. So as I said, there's a couple seagulls around. That's pretty much the only thing, only larger, and one raven, I guess. Okay, so yeah. So one of the seagulls comes down and says, "Do you have some food? Do you have some food?"
And I take my rations because I know seagulls are basically rats with wings and eat anything.
Yeah, exactly. So as soon as you take out the rations, the seagull jumps forward and starts eating, and 3 more seagulls swoop down and they start fighting for the breadcrumbs and the cheese and such, whatever is in your rations basically.
And then I try to do a question marked danger, like
What are you trying to ask?
like danger question mark.
Yeah. No danger.
And
No.
I take the rest of the rations then and I throw them as far as I can so that they can leave us alone, and I just mumble
Okay.
stupid animals.
Okay. They hop after them and continue eating them a bit further off, still like fighting each other and like.
I sigh at the human talking with animals, and I complete my detect magic.
Okay. You look around the beach. There doesn't seem to be anything magical around.
Yeah. There's nothing magical around? Alright.
No. Detect magic is, I believe, a concentration spell, right? And it lasts until, for how long?
I think for a couple minutes or something.
Is it like 10 minutes or something?
I think so. Let me check.
Let's see.
Detect magic. Up to 10 minutes
10,
concentration.
Yeah, 10 minutes, okay. Yep, so you can keep it going for now. As you finish the spell, look around the beach, you can see that your 2 companions, Onlau and Argosh, have returned. And so you're now all there, and Walter is like, I'll go get the oars, alright, if you need some. And he dashes off and comes back a minute or 2 later with 2 oars, 2 large wooden oars for one of the little rowing boats. And he starts pushing one of the rowing boats towards the water. We're standing on the beach at the moment.
How big is the boat?
Oh yeah.
For about 3 to 5 people.
So 5 is okay, right?
Yeah, but it's a little tight, but 5 people do fit.
Alright then. Onlo, Argosh, can you both row this boat, or do you need this young lad here?
No. He can stay on the beach. We will handle this.
Alright, if you don't need me, I'll stay right here. If there's any trouble, just shout out and I'll try to help. He seems pretty happy that he doesn't need to go over to that ship, to that weird ship.
Matter. He's no warrior.
Alright, so you push.
I mutter curses in Elvish and get into the boat.
Okay, you push the boat out into water, you jump in, and you slowly start rowing towards Onlau, taking one of the oars, actually Argosh can take both. Then it's not that big a boat. He just sits there and rows slowly towards the ship. You can see the ship is not moving. It seems anchored. You cannot see the anchor itself at the moment, but as you approach, you can see there doesn't seem to be anyone on deck. There's no movement. What you do see, however, there's letters on the ship itself proclaiming it to be the White Orchid.
White Orchid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the name of the ship, you reckon. It looks, I guess none of you really knows too much about ships. Onlau might know a little bit about ships because he has spent some time on ships to get to Orelon, otherwise he wouldn't be here. So Onlau, you figure that this ship must be a trading ship. It looks like a trading ship that can and probably has already done quite a few ocean crossings. It looks like a long-distance trading ship, basically.
Yeah, so I'm the first one to jump up on the ship.
Well, the thing is, between you and the ship, there's about 4 meters or so. So it's not just like jumping up and...
I have a rope.
How close do you want to get to the ship anyway? Just all the way up?
First of all,
you have to stop.
Once we're close enough, could I send out my familiar to kind of scout from the top deck and like see more through its eyes about the
Certainly.
situation on there.
Certainly.
Yeah.
As the raven stands up, and I assume you're looking through its eyes?
Yeah, I'm gonna gonna say to my party, wait, don't go closer, and I'll kind of close my eyes, meditate and transfer my consciousness over to the raven and fly over there.
Okay, vertigo hits your head for a second, but you shake it off. You have done so many times. It is second nature to you as the raven swoops up and starts circling around about maybe 20 meters above the ship and just looking down. And you immediately see that there are several bodies, human figures, unmoving, lying on the deck.
Okay. Could I land and peek like into the rooms real quick?
The door to the what seems to be the rooms of probably the captain's room or whatever is closed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
the windows themselves are fairly thick, so you can't really see anything in there. But you can land, sure, if you want to. Or tell Mordecai to land anyway.
Yeah. Well, if there's nothing else to see actually, can I inspect one of the if there's nothing like immediate danger around Mordecai? I guess I'll inspect one of the bodies.
Do you want to land or inspect it from the air?
Well, I'm landed already, right? So I'll just walk up.
Okay. So you land. You can see there's all in all there's 5 bodies on deck. 3 of them look like sailors, basically. One of them is wearing leather armor, and there's a short sword lying next to him on the ground. And a 5th one is a fairly richly dressed man, fairly fat and slightly older, maybe in his 50s or so, with slicked back, long, sort of brownish hair and several silver rings on his fingers. And he's wearing this sort of brownish, golden, not robes as such, but like this coat that seems slightly too warm for this climate. But it's quite richly embroidered. So this man, maybe it's like the captain or the ship's owner or some sort of rich merchant or something. That's what he looks like anyway.
Right. Could I on these guys look at the same place where what's the guard captain's name was bitten? Look at the same place with like a beak, like pull their clothes back and
there is no need.
They have something there.
As soon as you take a closer look, you can see that these men have the same types of wounds on them. One of them, especially the guy with the leather armor, has like 7 or 8 of those wounds, like on his face and neck area, basically.
Right. Okay. I'll send Mordecai back and transform my consciousness back to myself. Kind of wake up.
All right. Mordecai lands at the side of the boat. Just shakes his feathers for a moment.
What did you see?
Well, it's a bloodbath up there with the same wounds that we saw earlier.
In fact, there's basically no blood, but yeah, there's dead people there.
A bloodbath with no blood, if I may say so. Curious.
Everyone is dead. Shall we go on board?
5 bodies. Well, let us do so, but let us be on our guard as well.
On guard for what?
For whatever got these men. I see kind of sigh again.
I will row closer.
Alright. Do you want to go all the way to the ship's hull?
Yes.
Okay, so you row closer until the boat slowly drifts and with a thump touches the hull of the ship. You're right next to it now. You can see above you the ship now.
Good. I will prepare rope and
Can we get up in any way?
I will prepare a rope and grappling hook.
Okay.
And throw it.
Okay. You throw it up, and there's no problem really. The railing is quite well situated for that sort of thing. Throw the grappling hook up, and it immediately bites. And yeah, you pull. Seems to be holding your weight.
Then I will go first.
Okay, give me an advantage. Athletics check with advantage.
Okay. Athletic. Wait a minute. 1
25, yeah. With one arm, sort of, you pull yourself up and swing
pull
over.
the ship down.
Yeah, exactly.
Then-
Pull the ship down and jump in, and then the ship rights itself. And you are standing now on the deck. You can see now these dead bodies, the 5 dead bodies on deck.
Okay,
You actually,
I will.
you nearly stepped on one of them as you jumped over.
Okay. I will check the pulse. With
They're
one, with
all-
the left and with the right, I draw my X.
Okay.
Maybe they are.
You draw your X. You touch the pulse. No pulse. You go to the next guy. No pulse. None of them seems alive.
Okay, are you coming?
Yeah,
Are you coming?
I'll try
Can
to
you-
climb up.
Throw us a ladder, lad, while you're there, or do you want us to do this gym class tricks of yours?
How about you come flying up there?
There is in fact a rope ladder, hurdled together next to the railing.
I throw it down. Or
Okay, so
better, I kick it down.
Okay, you give it a kick and the ladder just rolls up and lands, goes down all the way, and you can easily climb up without any problem with the rope ladder, and leap on deck.
Yeah, I sigh and I'm like, finally, and I start climbing up.
You're now all on deck, standing there, and you can see the dead bodies. It is
All
fairly
right,
quiet.
Lord.
Is there a door on the deck?
You can see 2 entryways. There's one entryway that leads to what seems to be an above deck sort of room, and there is a trap door, a very large trap door, about maybe 4 meters or 4.5 meters wide, a double trap door that seems to be leading straight down.
I just check the thrust door up.
The first door up seems to be leading into some sort of, I guess it would be like the captain's quarters, maybe, or something like that. As you approach it, you can see it is mostly closed, but not quite. There's a little bit. It's very little, a little bit open.
Okay. I will hear. I will listen.
Okay. It's quiet. You can just hear the ship moving under you, like the sound of the wood moving in the water, but there's no other noise.
I will keep the door open.
Okay, the door flies open. Do you jump into the room?
I step into the room.
Okay, you step into the room, you look around, you can see this is indeed the captain's quarters, a very richly decorated room with 2 more bodies inside. Both are lying on their backs, and both of them seem sailors. One of them is still clutching a dagger, and both of them have these wounds all over their face and neck and arms, basically, as if they were attacked by some terrible creature.
By the way, what are you going to do?
So yeah,
Anything
while
done?
he's doing that, what are the rest of you doing?
How long was the journey approximately toward the ship from the shore?
Maybe 5 minutes or so.
Oh, so is my detect magic still active?
Yeah, it's just barely not active.
Okay, can I look around the place for anything magical?
Yeah, you stand in the middle of the above deck, sort of, and just turn around slowly, sensing in all directions, but you do not sense anything magical.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be any magic at work here.
I'm checking the bodies then.
Yep. Yeah, as I said, 5 dead.
Yeah, but
All with
more
the same-
like a medical examination.
Okay. You find the same wounds, only more of them here.
And
And they're all in the areas where there's little to no clothing.
I also probably see that there's no blood.
Very little. There's a little bit of blood here and there, but not much.
So hands, face, and maybe at the knee between shoe and pants.
Well, the sailors weren't wearing very much.
Okay.
Basically, most of them were wearing sleeveless leather tops, so all their arms are free, and also their neck and faces. And that's where all these these marks, these bites or stings or whatever they are, can be found.
And
So-
in the cabin, in the cabin you said there's the captain and some other guy.
No, there's two guys that look like sailors in the cabin.
Okay, then what I'm doing is I will take the dagger from the wall and I will shove the dagger into one of the wounds and cut it a little bit more open to
Okay.
look if it's maybe this hard blood or whatever this maybe infects the body and spreads.
The flesh is swollen, and they are already quite stiff. They're already starting to stiffen. So as you cut in, no blood flows out. You figure these people have been dead for at least like 10, 12 hours or so, maybe even more.
Has the flesh any unhealthy color?
Yes, the flesh around the wounds is red. It's swollen and red.
Okay. And inside, so I mean, is maybe something spreading to the whole body?
Maybe. You're not a doctor.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I just mean if it's if the color maybe spreads through the veins or something. Okay.
So I wanted to ask. Marianne had 3 bites, right?
yeah.
These guys have more than 3 bites.
Yes.
Are they in the same design? How do you say that?
Not sure
Like,
what you mean.
what I'm trying to determine is whether...
Do you mean same size and such?
Not the size, but in relation to each other. Are they
Okay.
like in threes,
No.
or are they like single bites? Well, that's what I'm looking for. Is it like
they're
one
not
small
in
creature?
groups as such.
Yeah.
They're
All
not
right.
in
So.
So it doesn't look like, I don't know, say 3 claws that are sort of punched into, or something like that. It does not look like that. They're all over.
So I'm telling what I found out from this body to everyone that they bite on protected areas, and that's, I think at least, it's probably multiple bites more than like one big thing with a big mouth and 3 fangs in it.
Question: can we say if those sailors went berserk, like Marion?
Hard to say. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Nah, no.
It's impossible to say. There's definitely been some sort of scuffle here, but that could have just been the attacker attacking. So it's
Or
impossible
something
to say.
like, for this I don't need an investigation check, like sword wounds?
No.
Or
No.
wounds?
The only wounds that I have are those piercing wounds, stings, bites, whatever they are.
Maybe if it attacks, it makes more damage on the body, it kills them instantly.
Do they have their like weapons in their hands, or do they just have them like near them? Or
Not all of them had weapons, but those that had weapons, they had weapons. Like the weapons are scattered around. Yes, you can find a dagger, a cutlass, a short sword lying on the ground.
yeah, well, I'm trying to like kind of ascertain, were they defending themselves or were they going berserk, or were they holding the weapon?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Some of them would have been holding the weapons when they died, but they don't look like they died peacefully. Let's put it that way. So
Right,
they,
okay.
if this is some sort of poison or something, then they probably would have thrashed around. So their weapons would be flung away or something. So it's hard to say from the position of the corpses to the position of the weapons and such. But all in all, we have 7 corpses in total at the moment.
Okay. Were there other sort of rooms on the ship, or like a lower deck? Or?
Obviously downstairs, yes. As I said, there's this massive, big, what's basically made for cargo, probably. This massive double trap door that opens upward. And the trap door, in fact, is also slightly open. Now that you're focusing on it, you can see it's only there's only about this much space here. A grown man might be able to maybe push his arm through. Not much more.
Could I lightly open it up and peek in with my dark vision and magical senses and see what's up?
Certainly. You open up one wing of the trap door, and you can smell musty old air coming from underneath there. It stinks a little bit. You look down, and you can see what looks to be the main sort of cargo area of the ship. And the main cargo area is completely trashed. There's boxes and barrels and such all over the place, just fallen one over the other. You can see one barrel that might have contained water or something is bashed open. There's like a puddle of water there. You can also see at least 2 more corpses amongst the whole chaos down there.
Okay. How big is the room of like downstairs?
There is a ladder leading
Space.
downstairs. The room itself is about maybe 15 feet high, and about, you'd say, I mean, you can't see the whole room, but you'd say it's probably about half the ship. So it's probably about maybe, I don't know, 30 feet wide and probably about 40 or 50 feet long. So it's a fairly large room.
Right. Okay. And it has a ladder.
Yes, there's a
On
ladder,
the
like a
trap.
wooden ladder.
Right.
That's nailed into the side, and leading straight down, basically, reinforced with a little bit of
Okay.
iron here and there.
All right. I'm gonna turn to whoever is on deck with me and say, perhaps we should investigate further below.
But everyone's pretty much around at the moment.
But of course, what's holding you up?
Stop being
The
focused.
possibility of
Is
danger is holding me up.
there
Ah.
a ladder?
There's a ladder, yeah.
Then I'll go first.
Okay. So
I'll
you
let him go first.
take the. Okay, you go down. You have dark vision as a half orc, right? So you land down there,
Low
and you can
light
see.
vision.
Yes, dark vision in 5th edition. Yeah.
Okay.
You can see very well in the darkness. There's no light except for the sunlight that's streaking from above. That is more than enough for you to see. You can see, as I said, the room is completely trashed. It looks like there was a fight here, a pretty rough one. And you can see now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more corpses in this room. Look like sailors. One of them looks like some sort of mercenary or soldier or something wearing leather armor. And they're all just like half covered in boxes, or one of them's just like leaning against the wall, and you can see several marks on his neck where the attacker has struck him.
Do you see any holes those creatures might cause at the planks? At the wall?
Look, give me a perception check. What's the rest of you doing, by the way? Are you just gathered upstairs and looking down on him?
I'll follow him.
Follow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
Okay. All
I'll
right.
try
So
to find a light source and follow.
okay.
Oh, why don't you say so? I'll make you a light source. Come on in.
Okay. So you all climb down. What was your perception? 13. You do not find any holes. The ship's hull seems intact. You do see, however, 2 more doors. One of them leading to the front part of the ship, and one of them to the back part of the ship. One of the doors stands open. The other one is closed.
Those sailors, do they have more holes than the rest?
Yes. I mean, more is relative. There's a bunch of wounds on them.
I was thinking if they maybe came underwater or maybe sprung outside the cargo, those would be the first who get attacked, and
Possibly, yeah.
damage must be more severe.
Actually, inspecting those bodies down here, you're not quite sure, but at least one of the bodies actually has a slashing wound on his arm. looks like a sword cut or a dagger cut or something. One of the sailors.
Any dagger lying around?
There's one. Actually, there's only a short sword, and that's still clutched by the guy in the armor, even though he's dead. He's
Wait,
still
the
holding
one
his
with the
short
wound
sword.
or the other one?
There's one guy in armor down there. He's sort of covered in a box is on top of him. He's dead, but he's still
Okay.
holding his short sword.
And this is the one I just inspected with the cut wound.
No, that was the sailor with the.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Would the door that's closed have a big enough gap to kind of pick through it?
No, there is no lock as such.
Like side of the door or like below the door? Like a little
Not
kind of
really. No,
space?
it is quite well furnished.
Okay.
Anyway, give me perception checks, everyone.
Yay.
19, nice. Okay. 7.
Should be +2 for me. So it's
Okay, so
19.
19 as well. Okay, so Onlao is just gazing around, and Ser Aaron is also, they're just looking around the hall, just inspecting this chaos. Argosh and Lair Guldir, you stop, and you can hear now this weird sound, this
How far away?
it's coming from somewhere from your left side and also from your right side. Somewhere in
Let's go up.
somewhere in between the crates and like the barrels and such.
Let's go up now.
I'm gonna start climbing, yeah.
Okay.
Immediately.
So Lair Guldir starts climbing up, and
Come.
Onlao and Sir Aaron are like, "What's going on?" They haven't heard anything. And while you're climbing, Lair Guldir, you're already nearly up, and Argosh is like underneath you on the ladder. You're both climbing. Onlao and Sir Aaron, you hear this now sound as well, louder, and from the crates comes shooting out a creature. And the creature, it looks like a wasp, but it's about this size. It has this orangish red, nearly tiger-like stripes all over its body, and it has a massive stinger on the end. And as you're looking at it wide-eyed, it seems to be looking back with these black, soulless eyes. It seems to be looking at you, actually looking at you. And then you can hear the sound even more as there's a second and the third one coming out from you're not sure where. And now there's these 3 creatures. And this noise of their wings beating fills the whole room. And we are in initiative. We are starting with Lair Guldir. No, actually, no. In fact, we're starting with the wasps.
Oh, they're more dexterous than me, no?
They are quicker than you, yes. So 3 wasps. One of them will shoot towards Onlao, one of them shoots towards Sir Aaron, and one of them shoots towards Argosh, just flying up to him where he's still climbing. We'll start with the one shooting towards Onlao's face, trying to sting you straight in the face. That is at 18, so you are not quick enough to react. The stinger hits you in the cheek. You take 3 points of piercing damage, and give me a Constitution saving throw. As you can feel this burning sensation when the stinger hits you.
Would I see this happening, by the way?
Yeah, you
like
look
when
down.
I'm climbing, probably not.
Yeah, 12 is good enough, but you still take 4 points of poison damage as you feel this burning sensation going all through your cheek. Second wasp, shooting towards Sir Aaron, also towards your face because the rest of your body is fairly well protected. That's 16, so yeah, you managed to whip up your shield, your staff, but not quite quick enough. The creature just ducks behind it and underneath it, and stings you under the chin as it's holding onto your face and stinging. You take 5 points of piercing damage, also a Constitution saving throw. Todor? You're muted if you're talking. We can't hear you.
No, fuck. Sorry for that.
Yep,
12.
That's right. That is a success. You take 4 points of poison damage. And Argosh, your wasp flies towards you, but you manage to swash it away with one armored like arm, and it bounces off, and it just now rights itself up and looking at you with these evil eyes. Lair Guldir, it is your turn.
Okay. So all three wasps are on the kind of the bottom of the ship.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For now, none of them seem to be paying attention to you, so they're all underneath you.
Right. Okay.
In fact, you can only see one wasp at the moment. The other two are
Would I
outside.
actually know anything about these creatures if they're like magical or any
You
sort?
have no idea what these are. I mean, there seem to be some sort of wasps, but you have never seen this sort of creature before.
Right. Okay. I'll try to cast sleep on the area and try to make the wasps fall asleep.
All right. You can only hit one of them, as I said. They're too far apart. They're not next to each other.
Oh.
They're spread out because one of them is attacking each of your companions, and two of them are still underneath, standing in the room, and one is on the ladder.
Sleep is like 20 feet radius, so could I?
That is true, but as I said, you can only see one of the wasps at the moment because
Oh,
you're
right,
really up
okay.
at the top, so you can only see the one attacking Argosh. You can hear the other two, so you know that there's at least one or two more because you can hear this noise of their wings coming from underneath, from more wasps than just one, but you can only see one.
Yeah, so it should work because it's like kind of like a fireball, you know. It's there. You choose a point and
just aiming at. Oh, okay, sure.
No, I hear the other wasp, right? So I know it's there. So I aim like through the whole room.
You can catch up to two of them. The room is too big to catch all three, but you can catch up to two of them with one spell. So roll the sleep spell.
5d8, I think, yeah. So roll 5d8, and whoever has low hit points under that falls asleep.
26. Yes, two of the wasps fall to the ground. Both wasps are hit by the sleep spell and fall to the ground, sort of groggy, not completely out of like fighting, but they're like groggy and crawling slightly. Their wings sort of beating asymmetrically, trying to get them back into the air, but failing.
Yeah, and the team from our adventures of a couple of weeks would probably know that it's best to not hit fallen sleeping enemies, so I wouldn't actually like tell them, but yeah. Okay. So I will just end my turn then.
Do you want to stay up there where you are?
I'm like on top of the deck right now, right? I want to climb on like upper deck.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Argosh, it is your turn. You have one wasp that is asleep onto your feet, like next to you, down on the ground, about maybe, I don't know, 1.5 meters away from you.
Then I have my axe. I will charge the one that isn't asleep.
Okay, that's the one attacking Sir Aaron. It's still sort of stuck to his face and sticking into his neck or chin area.
Okay, but I can hit it without any danger of...
Yeah, you have to be careful, you aim carefully, but you're good enough a fighter to be... This creature's not small, it's that size. Okay. So, you swing your axe towards Sir Aaron's face.
I will cut its stinger. Attack.
No, that's a miss. The wasp somehow sees you coming and lets go, flies up, and your axe cuts in front of Sir Aaron's face, but just cuts air.
Okay.
On Lao, it is your turn.
Yeah. Just to make sure, was there only 4 damage, or was it 4 plus 3 damage I got?
It was more than 4 damage. You took 4 points of poison damage, and I believe 3 points of piercing damage, so 7, yeah.
Cool. And I'm gonna attack the wasp that is still alive.
Okay, so you leap over yours and go for the last remaining wasp with your
Yeah.
great sword or your whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Careful.
12. That is a miss. The wasp darts out of the way, lightning fast. Your blade cuts air, nothing else.
Okay.
Sir Aaron.
So it's still in my face.
More or less, it's
Yeah.
flying above you.
So I attempt to grab it as I say, "Die, you foul beast!"
Okay. What are you trying to do?
And that is a 16, a spell attack.
Okay, yeah, that is a hit.
Awesome. Was it a 3d10?
What are you? Oh, are you casting inflict wounds?
Yes.
That is 3d10. Yes.
10 plus 7 plus 8, 25.
Wow! You grab the wasp, and it just melts in your hand as the necromantic energy tears it apart, basically rots it, and it just you just squash it basically, and it's just slime that runs through your fingers, and the stinger falls to the ground, and everything else is just a puddle of slime that hits the ground, as the wasp is instantly destroyed by the power of the whatever gods have given you this.
I don't
Witnessing
know
this,
yet.
I make an hasty step back.
So
I took in my mouth a little.
Yeah,
I
well,
quickly
you don't
bow
see
to
that,
both of them.
luckily.
Oh, okay, good.
Quickly bow to both of them, and I was like, "Thank you, gentlemen. I can take care of myself." And then I very bravely dash towards the exit.
Okay, so you start climbing the ladder, basically.
Oh yeah.
So now you can see you can smell a weird smell, a sort of musky smell in the air, and both the other wasps twitch and start flying again instantly, as they seem to be shaking off this spell in some way, and they seem angry. Their humming changes tone. It's more like this now as the wings are beating faster, and they are darting forward, both of them going for Sir Aaron, who's now climbing the ladder. Both of them flying towards you, trying to pierce your armor and your flesh. First one, you manage to duck out of the way, it flies past you. The second one, also, you manage to duck out of the way as both of them and then stop next to you in the air and just stare at you. And you can swear you can see hatred in these black, soulless eyes that they have. Lair Gruldir, it is your turn.
Right, so all of that is happening where? In ladder, on the top, or where?
Yeah, now you can see both of those wasps. They are about 20 feet below you.
Okay.
At the start of the ladder.
Alright, I will try to give it the ray of frost right in its face.
Okay.
So I'll cast that. So it's 1d20 plus 5.
Ray of Frost shoots towards one of the wasps.
17.
17 is a hit, yes. You strike one full in the back from above. Roll damage.
A solid 1.
The wasp seems to ignore it mostly.
And I'm gonna say, don't forget about the sleeping ones. Like, do I see the sleeping ones or not?
No.
Yeah, I'll just tell them, don't forget about the sleeping ones.
Argosh, it is your turn. Argosh, your turn.
I'm sorry, I forgot to end mute. We now have 2 sleeping and 2 awake.
No, the two that
Or
were
others.
sleeping woke up, but the weird cut couldn't
okay.
see that.
Yeah.
I hope it has.
I assume my magic is working perfectly,
Knowledge
so...
of-
Yeah, exactly.
I will
Yeah.
draw my shield and cut the next one.
Which one? The one that's been hit by the Ray of Frost, or the other one?
The first one with the
Okay.
frosty one.
Okay.
Okay.
Run up, swing.
This time Colossus Slayer. Whoa.
Yes. You can use your Colossus Slayer if you hit. First you need to hit.
Yeah.
Swing down the hand axe with full force. 15 is exactly a hit. With 16 damage, you cut the wasp in two. And 2 pieces of wasp just fall into the ground.
Wasp in hell.
Yeah, that wasp is definitely dead. Very, very dead. On Lao. The one wasp still flying.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my fainting attack. So I'm gonna bend my knees and swing my sword from down and up. So I
Alright.
get advantage on my
Attack, yeah.
attack, yeah.
Yep. 16 is a hit, yes. The wasp dodges your fake attack, but the real one cuts straight into it. Roll damage, 2d6 plus whatever your strength is.
Yeah, and a D8.
Oh, that's true, yes. You have fainting attack, yeah. So that adds.
And
So-
I reroll my number 2.
Oh, you have.
doesn't-
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's 5 plus d8.
5,
So 10 and whatever your strength is.
13.
Okay, so plus 2, so that's 10, 12 damage. Yeah, you cut the second wasp, the last wasp, clean out of the air, and it falls to the ground and stops moving. It's just this last little and then stops. And silence descends again upon the hold of the ship.
Is it over?
Yes.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go collect our money.
You
Are
can hear
those-
now.
My favorite enemies, beasts, are those wasp beasts?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
You can hear
I was
now
just about to examine that. Sorry.
Hello, hello, is someone out there? Hello.
Is that from below?
Yeah, it's coming from below. You can faintly hear a voice shouting from where the closed door is. It seems to be coming from beyond that, from that whatever room is behind there.
I'm gonna run to the door.
Okay. Is someone out there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What's going on out there? Are there still wasps around?
No, we killed them.
Are you sure? All gone?
Yeah.
How many wasps were there? We killed 2.
Sorry.
Bullshit, we killed 3.
I don't know. Wait. I'm coming out. You can hear the door being opened up. It sounds like he's removing some sort of barricade that he has put against the door, and the door opens up, and you can see an older man in his sort of late 40s, early 50s, with bald head, grayish beard, several tattoos on his arms. He seems to be a sailor. He's wearing the sleeveless leather jerkin that the rest of the sailors were wearing. He has several like fish tattoos on his arms, and he's sort of peeking out. Who are you? What's going on? Did you kill the beasts?
I point at the corpses, or yeah, 2 corpses are remaining.
All right. Well, that's good news. He comes out, looks around. I hope there's not more around. Did you find
What
the
do you
big
mean
one as
you
well?
hope? Where did they come
The
from?
big one?
Yeah, it was a big one. Bigger, much bigger than the others.
Shit.
How many did you kill?
3.
3. All right, and we killed 3 as well. So shit, there must be at least half a
Is
dozen
anyone
left.
else alive? Except
No,
you?
I'm the last one. I'm the last fucking one. They killed the beasts. Those fucking wasps. They got everyone else.
I see you're the coward of the ship. I
Coward!
suppose.
He looks at
Well.
you and he says, "The fuck are you talking to me, boy? I'm not
Alright.
a coward.
Probably, but
What
now
am I supposed to do against this whole swarm of fucking dagger wasps?"
Well, the least you can do is now show us where they came from so that we can finish the rest off.
Fuck, I can't, sure. Just go in there. He points towards the other door, and he says, you cocksuckers have fun over there. I'm not going in there. If the queen's still in there, and probably like half a dozen more of those shits, I'm not going in there.
And then my eyes will flicker and watch your tongue, human.
He gives you a look. The fuck is wrong with you? Doesn't matter how I talk, we might be in danger. And we might still all die. Have you seen what happened to the rest of the crew?
Yes, and did you see what happened to the wasps?
Well, that's only a couple of them. There's still more. We
Alright,
Shall we burn the ship?
We had at least a dozen on board, I believe.
Oh yeah, drowning the ship sounds like a good idea.
That fucking cocksucker Andros. He's a fucking idiot. Just my luck to get the only captain fucking stupid enough to take
Okay, now shut up. We have to think what we do next.
Yeah.
Be my guests. I'll just go back, and he turns back and disappears through the door and closes the door again.
Well, I knock on the door politely and I say, you might not want to do that because we are probably drowning the ship.
No, not drowning, burning.
What?
Well,
What?
both.
You open the door. What do you mean? Are you crazy? Why?
Why? Because there are wasps on the ship, and those must die.
I'm gonna slide down on the ladder and I'm gonna say, companions, I believe that the 50 gold reward offered to us is less of worth than this whole ship.
If we bring the ship back to the captain's family, they're gonna reward us handsomely. The ship's worth a lot. Although most of the cargo is
Or
fucked,
maybe
I guess.
we take the ship for ourselves and just sail the
You-
seven seas.
Do you boys know how to sail a ship?
Yeah, but you do, and you have nowhere to go right now.
You fucking kidding me? You need like 10 people at least that know what they're doing to sail a ship this size. Don't you fucking land rats know anything?
We'll sell some of the goods on the ship and we'll get a crew.
Where?
Can we
We're in the middle
please
of
stop
fucking
talking
nowhere.
about money? We have still this wasp queen here, which is more dangerous than anything we just faced.
Yeah, the queen might already be gone. It's been, I don't know. It might already be gone. We were close.
How big is the queen?
About this size. About the size of a big dog or such.
Oh, here's an airtight plan, if you get my sense of humor. Ha ha ha. How about we use some tar and just put it in between the woods in this room that the queen is supposed to be, and we seal it, and
We're talking here for a couple of minutes. We haven't been attacked. I doubt the queen. He looks around. Yeah, the queen's not here. You killed 3 wasps. The rest would have already been all over you if they were nearby.
that's weird. Does the queen speak common?
What? It's
I sigh very loudly.
it's a fucking wasp. It's not. Doesn't speak anything. I mean, the only language that cock-sucking wasps understand is I don't know, murder, whatever you call it. You know what you're dealing with?
No.
No,
do
you
you
said it's a wasp
about
queen.
you?
would be a good idea to share. What do you know
Yeah.
about those wasps?
Dagger wasps. They're the bane of southern Quizir Islands. But I think originally they came from the Wildlands. The Wildlands, by the way, is like a very large, mostly unexplored continent very far to the southeast.
Which idiot brought the crate of them around here?
Fucking Andros! Rich son of a bitch! The fucker kept it a secret!
So why would
possession.
fucking Andrew's family get back the ship if he's the sole reason for everyone
Because
dying?
they're gonna give us money.
But we can make our own money. We can make our own destiny with this ship. I think
I've
it's a
been
sign.
working for ships like this for like 30 years. Getting a couple hundred gold sounds way better than spending my next 30 years, or until one of the ships goes down with me. Anyway, that's not the point here. We have a problem.
It is to me.
Yes,
Don't you understand? There's a queen here. If she builds a nest,
the thing is,
we're fucked.
the queen is maybe already on the land. The village just
Wait, you
is
need to find her.
attacked by
You need to fucking find her and kill her. Burn down anything that she might have started to build, or kill all those. You open the door.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So while you're talking, Onlau opens the door. You can see there's a second bit smaller cargo area, and you can see there's this part of the wall that's been covered in cloth by the looks of it, but the cloth has been torn down, and there's one guy dead on the ground, just face first, and there seems to be what seems to be weirdly formed wooden cages that are open. About there's all in all there's 14 smaller cages, about maybe this size, and one larger.
How did he manage to smuggle them anyway without your noticing? Because those dwarfs aren't necessarily quiet.
I don't know. He must have given them some sort of drug or something, doused them with something, had them asleep. We've been a sail for 2 weeks. I haven't heard any buzzing.
Think, human. What habitat do these creatures prefer?
Some sort of jungle? I don't know. I'm a sailor. I'm not a fucking jungle expert or a cocksucking tribesman.
Do we see any appropriate area or close enough on our way over here?
You mean you saw a couple of like small forests, but nothing jungle-like as such?
Alright.
You don't understand. These creatures, they're multiplying fucking fast. And if she gives birth, or whatever you call it, with wasps, to more fucking queens, and they built more fucking nests, it could happen in 2 months, 3 months, I don't know.
Alright, instead of blabbering, can you give us anything, any information? How to attract them at least?
They attack anything. Everything.
So shall I just go around and start buzzing and make enough noise until we attract her, or what?
If you go close, they'll attack you. They're
Maybe
fucking
we
aggressive.
should go back anyway, because maybe some of the villagers are already attacked. Can you...
I don't know. Their village nearby.
Can we sail this boat on land, or do we have to use our
What?
rowing boat?
He looks at you and is like, "You're fucking kidding me, right? Is there like a big shitty fucking harbor somewhere that I haven't seen?"
Oh, I really don't like you. Do you want to go with us to the mainland?
Yeah, I guess. This ship isn't going anywhere. I'd rather not be alone if the fucking wasps come back. I can't keep hiding here for days.
Alright, so in that case, would you be so kind to open the door where you suppose the wasps are, because you are now quite sure they aren't?
It's there, that door. This
Yeah. Can you
Eastern
please
guy.
open it?
This Eastern guy already went in. The door's open. Turn around.
Ah, it's open. Oh,
It's
I'm
fucking
sorry.
open. Yeah, you
I was
turn
just-
around, you can see the door's open, and you can see Onlau already rummaging around in the room.
Killed by wasps.
Let's rummage together. I don't know, looking for any sort of clue.
Yeah, you can. As you look inside, you can see there's these cages. that were sort of seems like they were hidden by some sort of like a curtain sort of thing.
I'm
But they're
talking
all
about
open.
clues like what they eat and maybe some food scraps or remnants of what they ate.
You can give me an investigation check if you want. Yeah.
Of course I do. I'm great at investigation.
Could I help him?
Sure.
Thank you. Now that's a 17.
Okay. You find some sort of small glass vial that's been shattered, and there's some sticky, sweetish-smelling substance pouring out. You can take a little bit of the vial with you. The end of it is still intact, and there's a little bit of this greenish blue sort of substance liquid inside. It's sort of like a very thick liquid. It seems, you'd say it's some sort of, it nearly seems like some sort of fruit juice or something like that. You're not quite sure. But some weird, thick fruit juice thing.
Can I inspect it, try to figure out what it is, smell it, maybe a little
Sure.
taste?
That would be probably a nature check.
Alright.
Let's do it together, and I tell you that you know more about nature than you think.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Alright.
This must be some sort of something made of some exotic fruit. You're not quite sure what kind of fruit, but there's also something else mixed in with it. You're not quite sure. Maybe some sort of herbal concoction or something.
All right, let's take as much as we
Greed
can get
always
out of
leads
this.
to. I'm gonna be like, greed always leads to despair in humans, and kind of put it down.
The sailor like peeks in through the door and says, "Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. That cocksucker Andros, he murdered all of these people. Fucking idiot. Doesn't he know that the mere possession of a fucking queen is punishable by death?"
Okay, I'm tired of this guy's blabbering already. Guys, I want to gather as much as this liquid as we can, and now I have an idea. We'll go to the village and mix it with honey, and as honey attracts bees, let's hope it attracts giant wasps. And we go there, kill them, take the gold, split the ship, and be on our way. What do you say?
You think they have honey?
As I was about to say.
I'm hoping they would.
Anyway, we
Taste.
should.
You have a
we
better
should
idea?
Go back, yeah.
All right then.
Okay. So you grab the sailor. You return. His name is Samuel, by the way, the nice sailor guy with the nice mouth. As he follows you up and sees the body of the fat captain, he jumps on it and starts kicking it violently. "You fuck! You fucking son of a whore cocksucker!" and hits him like 15, 20 times.
I sigh.
Are you tired now?
I guess the fucker.
We don't have any more time. Let's go.
Yeah, true enough. I guess the fucker got what he deserved. We should probably throw him overboard, but then that would probably poison the water around. Fucker. And he just gives him a small little kick and then starts climbing overboard with the rest of you.
You said someone had like jewelry or something, right, on the ship?
Yeah, that's the captain. He has like silver rings on his fingers, about 5 or 6 of them.
I'll take them before leaving.
Okay.
Hey, that will come out of your fourth of the ship, you know?
I'm gonna say to him, there's no honor in stealing from the dead.
I'm sorry, what? Eastern
There's
guy?
no honor
Your accent is weird.
from stealing from the dead.
He doesn't need it anymore, human. Take it.
Okay. Yeah, so you row back to the beach.
I'm gonna sit so that elf gonna sit uncomfortably. I'm gonna sit to annoy him because he's still from the dead.
Okay. So yeah, you row, and a couple minutes later you find yourself back on the beach. The ship left behind you, and Samuel is like, "So what now? What are you going to do?"
So now we probably
I have
use part of
my
this jewelry to buy as much
rope.
honey as we can.
Can you fight, human?
Me? No, I'm a sailor. I'm not a soldier. I mean, I can.
Then go do whatever you want in this town.
Wait, we should go with him. Maybe they are already attacked by those wasps. We shall stay together.
All right. So you go over to the village, and
With
there's a
drawn
couple
weapons.
people. Okay. Everything seems peaceful. See people walking around.
Oh, okay.
A couple of them are looking at you, and one of the militia members, the muscular, like blonde guy with a warhammer, comes up and looks at you and says, "You were at the ship, right? Did you find anything? What's going on?"
We
Captain
have
hasn't woken
a
up
wasp
yet.
problem.
What?
There are beast shape of wasps, and maybe we can call them wasps, though they are from another country, very large and very dangerous. They killed the whole crew. We should
Oh shit!
we
Really?
should tell everyone to stay in the houses and lock doors and windows.
Yeah, I'll fucking tell you about it. Samuel steps forward and says, "I'll tell you all about the fucking wasps. Just get me a beer or something. I really need a beer now." And Ambrose looks at him and says, "Who's this guy?"
A survivor.
"All right. Well, I guess if he knows about the wasps, we'll take him in for now." And he grabs the guy around his shoulders and just pulls him away. I'll let anyone know to stay indoors.
No.
Okay, and he raises his voice and says, "Guys, get everyone from the fields! Get everyone inside! Seems like the danger's not over yet. There's some sort of big-ass wasps around. They might attack you like they did with the
Just say
captain.
monster, it may be more threatening and
Yeah, monsters around. Just go back into the houses. The mercenaries will take care of them." And you could hear him shouting towards some different groups of people in the village.
Do you have anyone knowledgeable about these vermin in this town?
Who are you talking to?
To the guard.
He's already
ask him.
He's already moved away.
No. Well, I don't know, someone that's around.
There's a couple people around, just basically getting ready to go into their houses and talking to other people and say, "You hear that? We should probably head back inside. I'll get my kids from the."
do they have something like a tavern?
Sorry.
Do they have something like a tavern?
From the looks of it, no. There doesn't seem to be a tavern and such in this village.
I thought we need honey, right?
I'm gonna hold one of these villagers up and
Yeah.
ask him the same thing.
Sorry, what? I'm sorry. What's going on?
I'm gonna hold the ones that are going into the
I
house.
know. He's saying that as you stop him.
All right. I'm gonna ask him. Do you have anyone knowledgeable about animals, vermin in this town?
Well, I mean, we're farmers and fishers. We obviously know all about rats and spiders and all kinds of vermin, but not like that.
Okay. I sigh and walk away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask. You tried to make the big voice thing. Why not made a wasp sound and lure them to here? Get them to come here with your big voice, guy.
But of course.
Or how about we gather all the honey of this, I look around, more or less stupid village, and also any incense, any sweet incense that we can do, and make a pyre in the middle of this market area or whatever they have, and wait for them there. I mean, sweetness probably brings up wasps and bees and that kind of things, no matter how big they are.
Okay, let's think. Those are wasps, at least wasp-shaped. They probably are seeking shelter in the woods and build some nests if they aren't here.
Yeah, but they need to eat something in order to grow, and from what we've seen so far, they attack large prey like humans.
Yeah, and maybe also animals, like in the woods.
My character, being so lazy, doesn't want to just walk around and look for wasps. He wants to attract them.
Obviously, they are going to try to find a similar habitat to the previous one, so they're likely in the woods here.
All right.
What we wanted to say is that if we want to set up a trap, it shouldn't be here in the village.
Well, it's safest for us. There's lots of other people that, can be targets.
We should gather the guard and get them in on this plan if we're trying to go through with it.
Yeah. Why do all this thing alone for some villagers? For 50 gold? Risking our own skins?
As I was about to
We're
say.
risking our skins all the time. What's the problem? Just too scared?
Well, wasn't it about time to get some more money out of it?
I'm just here to kill the wasps.
Would you risk your skin for a gold? 10 gold? There's 4 of us. We're earning 12.5 gold for this whole venture. It doesn't seem very cost effective for your life.
I'd like to risk my life to save others' lives, so let's go.
And not to mention, none of you wants to become a pirate with me.
We did
so.
That. Did I now misjudge you that you just run away as soon as this doesn't pay the right amount you have in mind?
What do you say now? I'll run away. No, I'll take whatever gold I can, but doesn't hurt if it's more.
Stop bitching and get me to work.
You can go to the sailor and then make something out of the boat if you want. But right now, let's kill those wasps.
If you're not going to, I'm going to take more than just what I want. All right. Let's do that.
Would we actually see any animals like around the area? Like, what kind of what do the people around here use for food?
There mostly fish probably, because it's a fishing village. But you do see a couple goats, like wandering around, a couple chickens. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Is that pretty close by to where we are at right now?
What?
Like place where they are held?
They're not held anywhere. They're just wandering around.
Oh, they're just wandering around. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think? Shall I ask the goat if they've seen a wasp?
That wouldn't hurt, obviously.
Alright, give me 10 minutes. Prepare.
Okay. You do your little ritual dance, you cast Speak with Animals, and you walk up to the nearest goat.
Yeah, and I do like bzzz.
The goat jumps a little bit.
And then I sing goat where? Like, I don't know.
It just points into the distance. And you can see it's slightly trembling. And it just
Can I
points.
get as much as like how far?
It seems to be pointing at a small, like a small forest, maybe about like 100 or so trees that seems to be nestled in between two hills. It's only about maybe, I don't know, 500-600 meters away from the village.
All right, guys. I have the intelligence. Now follow me.
Goat's intelligence. Oh my.
You
Super
don't
spy.
believe in goats? It's a very spy-effective tradition to speak to goats.
Okay.
Is it now? Alright.
So, you want to go towards that forest, or are you doing something else?
Yeah, unless...
Are we now assaulting the wasps, or do we still stick to the plan about luring them?
Well, doesn't appear that there's like a...
Well, someone called me lazy and not doing anything, so now I just spoke to this young lady over here, and she told me that wasps are right there in this little forest thingy. Sorry, my English there. That little forest. There was a
Yeah.
word for it, but whatever. So yeah,
A thicket,
Either-
I believe it is called.
a thicket. Yeah, in
Yeah.
this thicket right there, she saw something big that does the same sound, and she's scared of it. So go or stay. Come on.
Following directions of a goat. Well, let's go, I guess.
All right. Okay, so you follow the goat's directions and you head straight to that forest. And as you approach, you can see you're now about 100 meters or so away from the edge of the forest. You can see there seems to be a dead goat lying on the edge of the forest.
Is that the first goat sister?
Hard to say.
God damn it.
They have a certain same looks. You're not quite sure. They could be related, yeah.
It's her third cousin.
I'm gonna send Mordecai a bit further ahead into the forest, kind of scout ahead of us.
Good
Okay.
idea.
Okay. As soon as Mordecai enters the forest, two wasps appear from in between the trees and go straight for him. He's like, "Rah, rah, rah," beating his
Mordecai
wings,
back!
trying to get out of the way. The wasps are shooting, going straight for him. What's Mordecai's armor class as a raven?
I have no idea. Probably pretty low.
Let me see.
Rip Mordecai. We hardly knew you.
Raven, armor class 12. 1 hit point. So, you can see Mordecai manages to dodge the first wasp, turns, flaps his wings, tries to get out. The second wasp hits him right in the back. You can actually see the stinger coming through his chest. out the front.
Would I see that happening?
Yeah, you do see that happening, and the wasp grabs
Can
Mordecai
I...
as he...
Wait, before that, can I use my portent ability and make the wasps roll 6, the one that hit? Try to save Mordecai. I'm telepathically communicating to him.
That's not sure if that works. Does that work and no matter what roll? Or is that just for rolls against you?
Rolls against any creature you can see.
Okay, then it works, yeah. At the very last moment, Mordecai, as you throw
Mordecai,
him,
no!
he managed to dodge the second wasp and get out of there.
Sweet.
And flies towards you, flies past you, and flies towards the village.
Okay. Well, I saved him.
The two wasps disappear back into the forest.
Well, I guess one could call this that successful.
So, we know where we're going. Are we going?
Yeah, I call Mordecai back and I put him into the interdimensional safe space, so he's a bit
Okay.
relaxed.
Yeah, Mordecai disappears. It gives you an angry glance and then disappears.
How
Welcome to
dangerous would
Onlo.
it be to set a fire to the wood, to the thicket, or whatever it is.
It's not super dry. I mean, you might be able to burn it, but it would take a while, and you'd need probably a lot of oil or some
Or
similar
let's
thing.
say not burn the whole village, the whole forest. I'm sorry, but just set a fire and make the smoke. Let the smoke make them come out.
You could try, yeah.
What do you think?
You would need to have some sort of method to push the smoke into the forest, I guess.
I could conjure up some smoke.
Okay. Fire smoke.
Did we try yelling?
Yelling?
Yeah. He said that I said everything that was not done. And if you yell, probably attack us.
I can yell pretty good.
So try.
Go ahead.
But do
We can
want
set up
them
an
to...
ambush of some sort and attract them that way. That would probably be better.
And I can also make my voice appear from, like, not where I am, from somewhere else.
Indeed. So, do we have some of the juice that we collected from the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay. So perhaps we can lure them to this juice via your voice, and it will serve as further attraction, and we could somehow ambush these creatures.
There it is. I can speak goat, and they attack the goat, so they probably like goat. And we smear some area with whatever we have, and then we all hide in the bushes, and then I start making goat sounds from where this thing is, and they go over there, and we say, "Ha! We get you," and kill it.
Is it like grassy near the area, or
Yeah.
is it?
There is grass.
How high is the grass?
About maybe like some parts are nearly up to your knee, most parts are slightly below that. But not quite as high.
We can use the dead goat, smear it with this juice.
Could we gather up like some brush from around the area, so it's kind of like near this a sort of bait area that we're setting up, and kind of
you could, yeah.
Yeah. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so it's like quite flammable in our trap area, if that's possible.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I mean, brush is not like it's going up like just because there's a little bit of fire on it. It's brush.
Oh, like a bunch of it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you'd still need some sort of like oil or something if you want it to be like, okay, it goes up in flames full on. Unless you have magic to do that, obviously.
I do. So that's the plan.
Okay.
So I would say to the party, like, help me gather up some brush.
Okay. So you start collecting brush in the area. It takes you about maybe half an hour or so to collect like a small amount of brush, like just discarded leaves and branches and such.
And we could maybe like make like a kind of circle and put the juice like inside of it with the brush.
You can if you want to. Yeah, sure, if you want to.
Yeah, let's do that.
Can I take a short rest while I'm doing that?
You can do what?
Take a short rest.
Wouldn't be quite long enough for a short rest. I mean, you can have a rest, obviously, but the whole preparation takes maybe half an hour or so.
Ah, okay.
But you can have a short rest. I mean, it's only about maybe like late morning at the moment, not even noon. So you have plenty of time.
You need healing?
What?
You need healing?
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
since we're on healing, I had a question.
Yeah.
You gave us like 50 gold.
Yeah.
but I'm a herbalist, so could I have both? Could I have bought like the ingredients for 2 healing potions and make them, because it costs like the ingredients cost half the
Well, healing
selling
potions
costs?
are not herbal concoctions. They are magically created.
Yeah, the PHDP, the player handbook says that herbalist kit is used to make them.
Okay. Do you have a herbalist kit?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yep. I'd say that's fine.
All right. So in the meantime, I drink one and I go over to Onlo and I'm like, this is the time that you have to fight brave and find honor in killing this outlandish beast. So here, have my other potion.
Okay. So Onlao receives a healing potion, and yeah, and Aaron takes the second healing potion. So you can both roll. Okay, that's 9 points of healing of health returned to Onlao. Good healing potion that Sir mixed.
I make the best. Not the best for me, but still something.
Yeah. Well, 50% of the healing potions you make are decent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, are we ready to spring the trap?
So yeah, how close to the forest do you want to put this whole thing?
Probably a bit further away than where we saw Mordecai get attacked. Like,
Mordecai was
know.
attacked as he entered the forest itself.
Right, so like 30, 40 feet away from the forest.
Okay, that's pretty close. Okay, yep.
Unless others have objections.
No objection. I just need them all in one place.
Maybe a bit further, like 60. Because we can like shout, right? Like crazy loud, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do a bit further, be safe.
So you
60
pour
feet.
the stuff on the branches, basically, that you have?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, and then do what? Then do what?
And then some of us will hide, I assume, or like get in position.
Hide where?
There's nowhere to hide. Shit.
Not for 4 grown men. There might be enough hiding place for maybe one of you.
Right. Well, I'll ask our group. What is your proposed plan of action in terms of an ambush?
We lure them out and kill them. That's the plan.
If
I
you
was
want to draw
speaking a
lots,
bit more
guys,
I was speaking a bit more in tactical terms.
do you want to draw lots to see who hides, or?
I can stand and get the monster here. I don't care.
I'm also not afraid.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
not
so,
afraid.
yeah. Yeah, Onlao is already like has his sword out, just standing there next to it, just waiting.
Fair enough. And I hide myself.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Okay. +3. Very well hidden.
Okay, so you cower in the grass, thinking that no one can see you.
And while he's doing that, I just go over and I just tell him, someone can see that foot of yours, and I just give him guidance.
Okay.
Add 1d4 on top of that, Thomas. Oh, sorry,
okay.
Daniel.
Cool. 10.
That's 10. Oh well, better than 0.
That's
7.
better. Yeah, I can still see you, but probably a wasp can't.
When you like guide me, I'm like, I have several hundred years of experience. I can manage myself.
Okay.
Right.
While you are discussing this, Onlao and Argosh, you see a single wasp coming out of the forest.
I'm armed with javelin and shield.
Okay, and a single wasp is coming out of the forest and coming into your direction.
There they come.
Drawn by the smell, probably, or maybe your noise. You're not sure.
Yeah, I'm buzzing as well.
Yeah, one wasp is coming. coming towards you. He's not moving terribly fast. You saw that these creatures can fly very fast if they want to, but this one is sort of hovering above the ground and just flying into your vague direction, not coming terribly fast. But it will be here in the next 10-15 seconds.
How long is the away?
Oh, now it's about maybe 60 feet away or so.
Alright.
It just came out of the forest, basically.
When it's further away, I'm gonna run ahead.
Okay, so the wasp is coming, and you run in and slash at it, I presume.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
The wasp flies a little higher
not very
as
good
it
idea.
sees you coming.
I sigh.
Give me an attack roll.
Mm,
As the blade. Yeah, oh yeah, you cut into the wasp. Roll damage with a 22. It has no chance of escaping your lightning fast blade. 9 plus
12.
12 damage. Yeah, you cut through it, just in like one, and the wasp just falls into 2 pieces onto the ground.
And I'm gonna go back. I wait on a new one.
Okay.
There won't be any
as
new
you
one, I think.
As you turn back, you can smell this weird smell coming from the dead wasp. And then you can immediately hear, just a couple seconds later, you can immediately hear.
Oh, okay.
Coming from the forest, and you can see now wasps appearing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then one large one that's has this. The other wasp is sort of like this orange black. This is more golden brown orange, and it is about 3 times the size of an ordinary wasp. And they're all coming your way, like straight at basically where the other wasp died. Okay, so they're coming out of the forest. The queen is hanging back a little bit. The others are speeding towards you, and they're now only about 20 feet away from you. Lair Guldir, you're up.
How far away did you say? Where you say? Sorry.
You're hidden, I assume, a little further behind where the rest is standing. So I'd say they're about 40 feet away from you.
Are they in like the forest area or?
No, they've left the forest. They're out in the open now.
And where is our little trap thing?
So the wasps are flying in more or less a line towards you. Then there's Onlao and Argos standing in between them and the trap. And then Aaron is standing somewhere in the trap area, basically, and you're a little behind the trap area.
Okay.
Maybe 10 feet or so behind.
All right. So I'll cast. Let me see if this works. Yeah. Okay. I'll cast Flaming Sphere behind these wasps.
What's the range? What's the range?
60 feet. 60 feet.
Okay, that works. Yeah. Although they are probably too high up for you to hit them with Flaming Sphere. I believe Flaming Sphere is on the ground, or is it hovering?
Let me see.
Let's see real quick. Flaming Sphere in an occupied space of your choice within range.
It doesn't say anything. I think it's
It
hovering.
doesn't say, so I guess you can hover. You can make it fly. Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
Yeah. So I'll summon it and like fucking move it in a line to hit all of the wasps.
It says when you move the sphere, you can direct it over barriers up to 5 feet tall. So I guess it can only fly up to 5 feet. Which isn't enough to hit the wasps. They're about 15 or so feet in the air at the moment.
Oh.
You can cast something else if you want.
That's sad.
They are flying.
Could I prepare it so when they move in, I cast it and then use it?
Sure. You can hold your action and then.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, cool.
Sure. Although you will not be able to move it because if you hold your action, you're only holding your action, not a bonus action, not a movement. You can only hold the action itself. Summon it. Yeah.
I'll do that and wait until there's like a bunch of them on our friends in the front and try to hit as many as I can without hitting my friends.
Argos, your turn.
Okay, we are between the wasp and our trap.
Yes, you can see
This
7 wasps in a long drawn-out line, like a semicircle now closing in on you from all sides.
okay. I could cast Hail of Thorns, shoot, and then retreat. Hail of
Yes,
Thorns is
it's a bonus action to
bonus
cast.
action. Yeah.
Then yes, you can do that. Yeah.
Let me check. So I don't one bonus action. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Which means one throwing.
Okay, you throw at the closest wasp.
Yeah, one in the middle because
Yep.
it's an area.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Attack.
18. Oh yes, the javelin hits the wasp, pierces through it. The wasp still remains alive, but just barely, however.
Now dexterity for all those who are event.
Let's
Wait.
see. The target of the attack and each creature. So that wasp itself and the other and one more.
Yes.
Let's see. The wasp itself
Okay.
rolls a 17. That's a success. And the other wasp rolls a 9. That's a fail. So the wasp itself, even though it dodges most of the thorns, is still torn apart. The one that you hit with the javelin and dies.
And the other one.
And the other one
7.
takes 1d10. 7 damage. And this one is also nearly dead as the thorns pierce it. But as the wasp falls, all the other wasps just start to vibrate and like zzzz, getting angrier.
Good. And I retreat.
Alright,
Between
you
the-
run back. Where do
Between
you wanna
boss
run?
and our trap.
Okay, so you run towards the trap.
Yes.
The trap's only 20 feet away from you. You can move up to 30 feet. Where do you want to move?
I want. I basically jump over the trap and
Okay.
10 feet further.
Alright. So you're standing close to Lair Guldir now.
And
The
go
queen
back
is...
and-
It is now the queen's turn. The queen is moving in slightly small, slightly slower than the other wasps. But you can see now the wasps are spreading out more space in between the one wasp and the other now. On Lao, it is your turn.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
one
gonna,
heavily wounded, and 5 unwounded wasps.
I'm gonna run back to the guy who didn't hide.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use rally on him.
Okay.
I'm gonna say to him, we stand to fight now. And
Are you using it on Aaron, or are you using it on Lair Guldir? The wizard or the priest or the cleric?
Not the elf.
Okay, so the cleric. Okay. So the
What
cleric
does it
gains
give me?
temporary hit points.
Yeah, 4.
Not very many though. Yeah, so 4 temporary hit points.
I'm not standing and fighting, I'm crouching.
Yeah.
That's,
That is true.
Or
Okay.
Something.
Yep, Sir Aaron, it is your turn.
And that was just my bonus action.
Oh, you have an action. What you would like to
Yeah.
do with the action?
Can I take my bow and shoot?
Sure. Yeah. Do you have a bow? Yep.
Yeah, I'm a samurai.
So you put your sword away, take your bow out, aim at one of the wasps. Which wasp would you like to aim at?
The green one.
Okay, yes, certainly. Take a shot at the queen.
That's good.
Just the arrow flying past all the other wasps trying to hit the queen as it's coming in. Oh my god! Of course, natural 20. The arrow hits this queen straight in the head. Roll damage. 2d6 probably plus. Oh, is it a longbow?
Yeah.
Okay, then 2d8 plus whatever your dex is.
0.
Okay, so 2d8.
12.
12 damage. Yeah, the queen looks injured. Not super badly injured, but definitely injured as the arrow is sticking out of her basically face. Or whatever passes as a face for a wasp. That's nearly as big as a human.
nice.
So my turn.
Aaron, your turn. Sir Aaron.
All right. I'm right where the trap was. So how far
Pretty
is the queen from me?
The queen would be about 40 feet from you at the moment.
Damn it. How high?
She's hovering about 10 feet above ground.
Perfect. I move 30 feet towards the queen.
which would bring you into contact with the wasps.
How far are they?
They are only 25, 30 feet away from you.
Perfect. Is there any wasps that are further away from 30 feet radius from me?
Yes, there's 2 wasps that are on the very
We'll
furthest.
take care of them later. Alright, so I stand there. I raise my hand towards the wasps, the wasp queen, and I basically denounce her queenship among the wasps, and I tell all the wasps that they should only worship me and never harm me. In game terms, that is a bonus action sanctuary, and
Alright.
my channel divinity charm animals.
Yep.
So wisdom save from everyone within 30 feet of me.
Okay, that's
Every direction.
1, 2, 3, 4 wasps.
Everyone but the 2 outside, right?
Yep, exactly. 6 wasps left, 4 wasps. Okay, let's see.
DC 13.
That wasn't mentioned in the plan, alright.
Okay, so one of the wasps seems to stop in its tracks, but you can feel where the other 3 are. There's like if it feels like there's some other will pushing against yours, and the other 3 wasps completely ignore your command.
What about the queen?
The queen itself is completely unaffected.
Alright. That's
You're
my turn.
facing royalty.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. She is royalty. She doesn't take commands from a commoner.
Yeah.
That was your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, the wasps now. So the one wasp that is affected cannot attack you, right? Or how does it work?
No one can attack me unless they pass a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, you cast Sanctuary onto yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I wouldn't
okay.
go
So
within the wasps without protection.
Okay, so you used both. Okay, I see. You used both
Yeah,
abilities.
bonus action, channel divinity action,
right.
movement,
So
everything.
what does your channel of divinity do? Because one wasp failed its saving throw.
It's charmed by me and it's friendly.
Okay,
That's
so it
all
will not
says.
attack you.
You do
basically.
whatever you want with it.
Okay.
Friendly,
Yeah. So basically,
friendly to all of us.
to all of you. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
whatever
it
I
will.
designate.
Okay, so one of the wasps will just fly towards the branches and such and start eating the sweet the stuff that's on there, licking it with like a weird tongue thing that comes out of its mandibles. If wasps have mandibles, these ones have anyway. And that's one wasp, but there is 5 more wasps. 2 of them will try to go for Seraron. That's a wisdom save. And one of them will pierce through the sanctuary. The other one, what does it mean if it fails? Can it attack someone else?
Reading it right now.
Yep.
So basically, must choose a new target or lose the attack.
Okay, so it can choose a new target. Okay.
If it's within range, because it's already used part of its movement or something.
Yeah, they have 50 feet fly speed, so yeah, they are pretty fast. So one of the wasps will attack you. One of the wasps is eating and ignoring the fight for now. And the 4 other wasps will fly past you and attack your companions. One of the wasps coming towards you, that's a 17. It pierces your armor. You take
What?
5.
Why? Did you hit me last time with a 16 as well?
Yeah.
Because my armor class is 18.
Oh, okay. That's
No worries.
right. For some reason, I thought your armor class is 16. Oh, because your shield is 18, right? Okay. So no, that's not a hit then. A 17 is. Oh, actually, it is an 18. Because they have. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It does hit you with an 18. So you take 5 points of damage because they're enraged now, basically, due to the death of their comrade. You take 5 points of piercing damage and give me a Constitution saving throw.
21.
That's a success, but you nonetheless take 3 points of poison damage.
All right.
That was one wasp. Then we have 4 more. 2 of them are flying at Argosh, and 2 of them are flying at Onlao.
With my readied action, is there a good cluster of wasps somewhere where I can place my flaming sphere?
You could place it right next to Onlao or right next to Argosh, because there's 2 wasps attacking each of them.
Right. I'll put it like somewhere in the middle of this whole fight. So who is in the middle?
It's only okay. Yeah. Anyway, so the first wasp on Lao, you duck under the first one. It flies past you. Second one coming in. Also, you bat it away with your bow. You parry the attack. The other 2 attacking Argosh. First one, Argosh, you bring up your shield. It tackles your shield, bounces off. Second one does hit you with a 17. No, actually, your armor class is 18. And it misses. The second one also bounces against your shield. That was their turn. And the last wasp is eating, ignoring the fight. Lair Guldir, it is your turn.
Well, first my readied action goes off, right?
Yeah, that happens before your turn. So like you can create the fire. It goes up in the middle.
Yeah, so they if they end their turn there, they gotta make a dex save.
Okay. So if you put it in the middle, no one would be within 5 feet. That's why I said you have to basically put it next to either Argosh or Onlao, because they have 2 wasps on them each.
So they would like damage them?
No, because it's at the end of their turn, so they can move away if they want to. It would damage them if they stay there, yeah.
Fuck. Okay, so it's there, but nobody's near it.
Yeah, but you can move as a bonus action. You can ram it into one of the wasps. You can move it around.
Okay. All right, sure. I will do that. Only one?
Yes, only one. Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. All right, sure.
Well, there are still creatures that take up a whole space. Okay, so that is a dexterity saving throw from the wasp. That is a 13.
My DC is 14, I think. Let me see.
No,
it's
I think
13.
your DC yeah, so it does make it, but it still takes half damage.
Yeah, so 2d6,
and
right?
I'll just assume you're going for the heavily wounded wasp. One of them is already heavily wounded.
Yeah, if I can only go for one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 2d6.
So
halved.
4.
4 points of damage is just barely enough to finish it off. Yeah. One of the wasps just burns alive and falls to the ground.
Was that
Okay.
That was one of the ones where at Onlao's.
Okay.
That were attacking Onlao.
Alright, that was my bonus.
That was your bonus action.
so-
You still have an action and the movement.
Yeah. Are there any wasps like close together? Cluster?
2 of them are right next to Argosh.
Okay.
Those are the only 2 that are clustered.
How many are like is there in total?
In total, there's 5 wasps left. One of them is not fighting. 4 of them are attacking. One of them is attacking Onlao. 2 of them are attacking Argosh. One of them is attacking Aron. And the queen is not quite in range yet. It's coming, but it's not there yet.
Okay. I'll stand up and move up to. Two of them were on Argosh, right? You said.
Yes.
Yeah,
Argosh,
okay,
is about 20, Argosh is about 20 feet away from you.
Alright, okay. I'll get up from my crouching, hiding position and move up closer over there, and I will cast Thunderwave at the 2 wasps. So
that would also hit Argosh.
Would it?
Yes.
Can I position myself somehow so it doesn't?
Not really, no.
Fucking hell. Okay, then I'll stay where I was and I'll cast Sleep again.
That will is that also a 20-foot area radius, which will also hit Argosh if you were to. I mean, you can still cast it, obviously.
Yeah, I'll do it. He'll probably resist, right?
Sure. All right.
So I'd probably know that.
Yep. That is 5d8, I believe, or something, or 78.
Yeah, 5d, 20.
20. All right. How much hit points do you have, Argosh? Thomas? Thomas?
Sorry. I have more than 20. I
Okay.
have 25.
So yeah, okay. So you ignore it, and one of the wasps falls. Actually, both of the wasps at you fall to the ground, asleep.
And they fall asleep. That's good.
Argor, it is Argosh's turn now.
Okay. My eyes are shimmering, and I cast Hunter's Mark on the queen.
All right.
Then I draw my axe, and can I charge it?
The queen, you can, but you would provoke one attack of opportunity along the way from the wasp that is attacking Aaron.
Okay, then I take the other one.
Which one?
I attack first Aaron's wasp.
All right, so you run up to Aaron and try to slash at the wasp that is attacking him. All right.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Is it already harmed?
No.
Then normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
15 is a hit, yes. 6 points of damage. You slash into the wasp. It is injured, but not quite dead yet.
Okay, next time.
Okay. That was your turn, I believe. The queen now will go straight for Argosh, straight for you.
Okay.
Fly up and sting with their massive stinger. And that will be a 18. So you bring up the shield, but the queen is too fast, and the stinger hits you in the shoulder. Can
I use my final portent on this?
You can.
To make it roll a 9, I believe I have.
Okay.
So I'll yell out, "Get your shield up!" To Argus.
Okay. Yeah. He blocks it. That's a 9 plus 6 is a 15. Yeah. That is not a hit. Argus blocks the attack of the queen. The queen is now flying right in front of you.
Sweet.
It is now on Lao's turn. You still have one wasp attacking you.
I'm gonna switch to my sword.
All right. You drop your bow, draw your sword, and slash at the wasp.
Yeah. That is
A 14 is a miss. The wasp, you barely miss it, but still, it is a miss.
okay.
Anything else?
I'm gonna use my action surge.
Okay, action surge in the second attack. As the first one barely misses the wasp. Yeah, the second one does hit it, very much so.
And that is...
And I believe that one was already hurt, right? You already hit it? No, sorry, that was someone else.
Yeah.
That was Argosh that hit. 8, that is not quite enough to finish it off. The wasp still alive.
Okay. And I'm gonna... Who is the melee right now? Who is the front of the green?
What are you looking for? So the front of the group are Argosh, the ranger, and Aaron, the cleric, who are fighting one wasp, and the queen. They're about 25 feet away from you, on the other side.
I'm directly facing the queen.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell to the ranger. The best defense is through the offense, and I'm gonna rally him.
All right, so you take 1d8 plus whatever your charisma is.
7.
Okay, so 7 temporary hit points for Argosh. As you feel bolstered by Onlao's presence. Aaron, your turn.
Is the queen within melee or?
It is, yes. It is next. It is not attacking you at the moment, but it is in melee range with you. Yes, it's only 5 feet away from you.
That's
There's also a wasp, already injured.
All right then, I know what to do. Come here, lady. Okay. Basically, I say if you don't want to bow, then you die. and I reach out with my hand.
For what?
And I crit! Yes! My inflict wounds.
Who are
know
you
that.
attacking?
The queen.
Really? A second crit on the second attack on the queen. Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, it's my turn.
That's 60-10.
Oh dear.
I have only 3. I have to roll 2 times.
Typical.
Oh, that's worse. 6 plus 4 is 10, 11.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 10, so 21, 24, 31.
Just a wasp
Necrotic.
melter.
Damage.
So, how do you want to kill it? Kill the queen.
I want to grab it, like a wasp. There's this very thin area between the bottom part and the upper part, or the middle part, or whatever. How many parts? I just touch it right there, and I squeeze, and just as I squeeze, this necrotic energy enters this wasp from this area and just spreads in both directions, and it just explodes both ends.
Yeah, the queen and 2 ends fall to the ground, basically, and they twitch. The rest of the wasps go crazy. The 2 that are sleeping all of a sudden jump up, and you can see now they just start flying around, but they're certainly still even more aggressive, even that's possible, but not nearly. They don't seem as aware all of a sudden. They're just flying around attacking pretty much whatever is close to them from the looks of it at the moment. As the queen dies full of necrotic energy. It is the wasp's turn now. We have 5 wasps left. So one of them will be attacking.
I have
Sir
no
Aaron.
longer century, just to remind you.
Yep, one of them will be attacking you, Sir Aaron. One of them will be attacking Onao. 2 of them will be attacking. No, one of them will be attacking Argosh, and the 2 sleeping ones will be going for the wizard. The ones that were sleeping a second ago. So one of them attacking Aaron. We'll start with you. That is a 15, so that misses. You block the attack. Onlao, second against you, also a miss. You duck under the stinger. 1 attack against Argosh also misses, and 2 attacks against the wizard here.
If any hit me, I'll use shield.
The first one misses. The second one would hit, but so you a shield appears, and the wasp just you know how like an insect with a window, it's like hitting against it and can't get to you. That was their turn. Your turn, Mr. Lair Guldir, the wizard.
Can my fancy flaming sphere hit any wasps?
You can, certainly. You can hit one of them attacking you, for instance.
Can't I move it so it hits a bunch of them?
No, they're still moving. They're not like in one space.
Are they like hit and running or like what's happening?
Basically, yeah. They're just flying around you and just flying past. They're never so close to each other that flaming sphere would hit both of them. In rule terms, you can target one creature with the flaming sphere. It doesn't work against multiple.
Oh, can't you like drag it across multiple? Oh, okay.
No, it stops when it hits a creature.
Alright, okay. Yeah, I'll ram it into one with a bonus action.
Okay, yep. That is a dexterity saving throw for the wasp. With a 20, it makes it, but still takes half damage.
So 3.
3 damage, okay.
Yeah, and so how many are near me? And there's 2 near me, 2 near someone else?
No, the other enemy, your other companions all have 1 each. Actually, no, there's 1 missing. Did I? 5. No, yeah, I forgot 1. Anyway, 1 is just hovering above everyone, not attacking anyone at this one very moment. That's the one that was charmed.
Okay. Can I still move my flaming sphere after attacking with it?
No, it stops when it hits a creature. It stops. It ends its movement there.
All right. So it's right next to me, pretty much, right?
Yes. So you would take damage if you don't move away.
Okay. Can I?
But if you move away, you will provoke 2 attacks of opportunity, unless you use your action to disengage, and then just move away, which is a viable option, I'd say.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. That sounds good.
Okay.
I want to run away.
So you duck
Yeah.
and you move back. Like, how far do you want to move? You can move up to 30 feet, I guess.
Like as much as I can. Yeah.
Okay, so 30 feet backwards towards the village, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, Argosh, your turn.
My hunter's mark jumps on the next one that's in front
Sorry,
of me.
what was that?
The hunter's mark jumps on the one in front of me.
All right, yep, that's a bonus action.
No, I think this is not a bonus.
It's a bonus action, yes. Moving the hunter's mark is a bonus action.
Okay, doesn't matter. This one isn't hurt.
It is, actually. It is quite badly
okay.
hurt.
Then I will slash it in half.
Yep. Nope, you won't.
No.
And the wasp, nice try, but the wasp is too fast. Just dodges out of the way, and you hit the ground instead. That was your turn. On Lao, the queen is dead, so it does not have a turn anymore. There's still a wasp evading you. Yeah.
Yeah. I try to hit the thing in front of me.
Okay. Nope. That one is too fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir Aaron. Sir Aaron.
So, having gone berserk, more or less, I will. How many of them within 20 feet of me?
Two. The one fighting you and the one fighting Argosh.
Awesome. So, the one that's fighting me is going to get hit with my staff, which is without Shillelagh right now.
Okay, just
Because
a
I have
regular
a
staff attack.
better plan for it.
Okay.
Ooh, and then a 19.
That is a hit, oh yeah.
And that's a d6 plus 1. This is 6 bludgeoning damage.
6 damage, okay, yep. Still alive, the wasp.
Damn you, wasp.
You smash it, but it rights itself back up.
Damn you, wasps, I say, and I evoke my spiritual weapon, which is just another staff.
Okay.
And I will smash it with it.
Isn't casting a spiritual weapon? Is that a bonus action, casting a spiritual weapon?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And it's my fumble for the day.
Okay, yeah, you nearly hit Argosh. He's standing next to you, but he can block it with his shield at the very last moment.
And I say, oops, and that's my turn.
Okay, the wasps, continuing their attack. One of them will now join in and will attack on Lao as well. So you have 2 wasps against you now. No, wait. There's no extra wasp. What am I saying? 3 or 5? Yeah, no.
There was
there's no extra
one
wasp.
charmed.
Yeah, no. That one actually is already attacking. That one. There's
Alright.
five wasps left. 2 of them are going after Lair Guldir, the wizard. One of them hits, the other misses. Do you want to throw up a shield or anything?
No, I'm out of slots.
Okay, that's too bad. Then that's 7 points of damage, of piercing damage, as the wasp hits straight in the chest, pierces, and you can feel its stinger like a dagger. I mean, I guess that's why they're called dagger wasps, piercing your flesh. And also give me a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. Is that for the concentration or for the poison?
No, that's for the poison. But yes, for the
Okay.
concentration, you'll have to roll another one. Good point.
Alright. That's good, I assume.
Okay, so you take another 4 points of poison damage, and then for the concentration as well. That's DC 10. 7. Your flame sphere disappears.
Alright. So I took
what-
11 total, right?
Yes. I
Alright.
believe you're right. Yes. 6, 7. Yeah. One of them attacking the wasp attacking on Lao will with a 17 score a hit against on Lao, sting you in the arm. That you take 6 points of piercing damage as it hits you in the sword arm, or actually I guess both your arms are sword arms. You have it to and also Constitution save from you, please, sir. Oh, you miss.
What?
You fail. You take 5 points of poison damage in addition to the piercing damage.
So, how much is that? 5 plus.
I think it was 6. The first one was 6, I believe.
Okay.
So 11 points of damage total. And then we have one wasp attacking Argosh. Misses. Again, the shield sweats
That's
it
the
away.
wall shield.
Yes, and the very last wasp attacking Aaron. And that will be also a miss. You block it with your staff. And that is the wasp's turn. Lair Guldir. 2 wasps, angry, swirling around you, trying to kill you.
That's rough.
One of them is slightly injured, not much though. The other one is unhurt.
Okay. I'll get out a dagger and give the wasps, its own taste of its own medicine.
Fair enough. Trying to fence with them. Which one are you attacking? The injured one or the uninjured one?
The injured one.
All right.
Get out my Elvencraft dagger, spin it round, and thrust.
Okay. With the power of your 200 years of experience, you manage to pierce it wonderfully. Roll damage with a 21. The wasp is no match for your dagger.
Sweet. 7.
7, and you finish it off as well with a mighty thing. You take revenge and pierce its abdomen, rip the dagger out, and the wasp falls to the ground. The other
I practiced for several decades, you know.
Yes, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, you're a master knife fighter, disguised as a wizard.
Yeah.
Argosh, your turn.
This time I will finish the wasp.
We'll see. Hand axe slishes down. Yes, the wasp flies apart. 15 damage. The wasp has no chance. It had like 2 hit points left or something. So yeah, you just smash it all over the place. Anything else?
Okay.
You can move your hunter's mark if you want.
Can I go to Larry?
Yes, you can. You would provoke, however, an attack of opportunity from the wasp that is attacking Aaron, because that one is also within 5 feet of you.
Ah, fuck it. I'll do that.
Okay. Attack of opportunity, and of course, that is a 18 in fact. And your armor class is 18, so that's a hit.
Yes. Hit me.
That will be 3 points of piercing damage and a Constitution saving throw.
3, a wet. There's Constitution.
14, it's a success, but you still nonetheless take another 4 points of poison damage.
So 8.
Yes. And that was... Yeah, so, and you run back towards Lair Guldir. You nearly reach... You're still 20 feet away from him because he moved 30 feet back to get out of the... But you can get partially there. Next turn you can...
The Hunter's Mark jumps to the next one.
Alright. That was Argo's turn. On Lao. Yeah, the wizard looks slightly hurt, I guess.
I'm gonna attack.
Yep, very hurt.
Oh, and you don't even have to roll damage. There's a mighty swing with another natural 20. Cuts the wasp straight in the throat, like from the face all the way down to the abdomen. 24 points of damage. Yeah, that's pretty dead. That wasp was already hurt, so it had 3 hit points left, and it took 24. So yeah, it's you slash it into 6 pieces, like, and it just falls apart like an orange. Sir Ara.
So this wasp next to me now is going to get the full amount of damage as I invoke my shillelagh, and
Okay.
2 magical stuffs from both directions try to hit it.
I believe your attack with the
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you can't. So you can't do
So
shillelagh
standard
and...
stuff and magical stuff then. Alright.
Yep.
Magical hits, standard misses.
Alright.
I'm pretty sure it misses with 6.
They have 15 AC.
Yeah, alright, so this one is 18, so D8, where is my D8? I haven't rolled a D8 yet. There it is, 7 points of force damage.
And second to last wasp is broken apart by the magical staff that breaks its chitinous exterior skeleton.
So no more wasps in my immediate area.
Nope, just one last wasp left alive. That one's full hit points though, and
I
attacking
will
the wizard.
slowly stroll
For me?
towards him and ask, "Are you all right?" And that's my turn.
Yes, the wasp's turn now, trying to finish off Lair Guldir. Just single-minded in its determination, trying to take you into the grave with it. And that will be a 15. What's your AC? A 13.
Oh,
In
it's
fact.
16. I've got mage armor on.
When did you cast mage armor?
Well, it's like before start of the day.
It only takes 8. It only lasts 8 hours. So if you cast it in the morning, it will go out in the middle of the afternoon. But sure,
okay.
whatever. Okay, all right.
Oh, okay, it hits then. Sure.
No, it's all right. If you say you cast it in the morning before we started, sure. Yeah, so that's a miss. The magical armor manages to absorb the sting.
Alright.
And it is your turn.
Okay. So when he asks me, "Am I alright?" I'm like pale and like panting and shit, and I'm like, the panting, you can swear it transforms into a huge sigh. And then I spin my dagger around and attack the wasp that's left.
Another dagger against the dagger wasps.
Yes, that's. I love the irony of this as I attack and I do it.
Maybe that's why the daggers are so good.
Yeah.
A 10. No, this time you miss. But
Alright.
Argosh is already coming running, and it is now Argosh's turn.
On
Running
the
towards that last
contrary,
one.
wouldn't be as a nice death by an dagger wasp killed a knife ear. But let's see, let's kill it.
Okay, you run up, swing your hatchet.
Is it already wounded?
No, this one is full health.
Okay, but let's kill it anyway. Yes.
With another natural 20 and 15 points of damage, you just splatter it all over, and with that, the very last wasp, maybe the last one on the whole continent, dies a terrible death.
What have we done?
So, yeah, I hope you're happy with yourselves, killing these super rare creatures. These gentle beings. Anyway,
I clean myself off with
yeah.
prestidigitation of the gore.
Yeah, definitely. There's gore all over you now because yeah, Argosh splattered it everywhere with his axe. And with that, you can return to the village and
We still
grab your
search
gold.
the forest for
Yeah.
any possible.
There is none left. There is
Okay.
none left. You took everything out, and the queen, so no more wasps can be born because there is no queen left. And yeah, with that, we come to the end of the adventure. You can return to the village. The villagers will be very glad to hear that all these creatures have been destroyed. And your good friend Samuel, the sailor, will also be super glad. And you will gain your 12.5 gold each. And after that, you will have to decide what to do with the ship. But that is a story for another time, I think. Thanks to everyone for playing, and thanks everyone for watching this on YouTube. Tell me how you like the dagger wasps. I came up with them myself, and I think they are interesting opponents in some ways anyway, even though this was just a small swarm. Yeah, I'll see you guys around, and good night. We're going off broadcasts. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.